live from the same thing that was a week before, but now it's a week later. It is Dragon Friends! I'm drinking a delicious cider. You've got a Pokemon-themed drink there.
I've got Squirtle juice.
Made from real Squirtles.
Oh, yuck.
I dislike that.
That is horrible.
Flavor is called Ocean Bomb. Natural deep sea sparkling water.
Are you concerned, Michael Hing, that this live stream podcast is chomping on our flav somewhat?
Snack report.
Seawater. I don't want to drink seawater. Oh, it's very salty.
Is it?
Oh.
If you would like to
that was acting.
Oh!
Um,
if you'd like to see some more of that acting at the Belvoir Street Theatre in Sydney, you can get your tickets to Single Asian Female, where Alex Lee sits on stage, drinks a bunch of soft drinks, and pretends they taste different.
It's won multiple awards.
Yeah,
It's won a Tony.
It's quite good.
If
It's
you
won
would
a
like
Soft
to,
Drinks Organisation of Australia highly commended award.
Oh my god, I can smell the sugar from here.
No, that's the Squirtle.
Made from real Squirtle. Does anyone have anything to plug?
Do we have a show on this week?
Oh, shit, bro. February 13, we have a Dragon Friends, which is live, that you can see. Yeah, no, February 3rd. I'm getting some.
February 13th.
February 13th.
So several days ago,
We miss it?
Yeah,
you
you
could
will.
have
Yeah.
come to the Giant Dwarf
yeah.
Theatre to see us perform
Yeah.
live.
And 1 week ago, it was my birthday, and none of you fuckers messaged me, unless you did, in which case, thank you
No,
so
committing
much.
to the bit. Committing to the bit. Committing
Thank
to the
you
bit.
so much. It meant
No,
so
we're
much.
not going to. So I hope it went well. Do you guys hope it went well?
I
the
hope it went
podcast?
very well.
And
I know it
it'll-
went
and
well.
it'll-
Birthday.
Both. The
I hope
podcast
there's
will
not
be
a-
out soon
Yeah.
I hope there's not a horrible irony permeating all of this conversation.
because none of us actually messaged you on your birthday.
No, well, that, but also...
I'm definitely not going to.
The theatre burnt down or something, and people
Oh.
are watching now being like, they were so full of hope.
Yeah,
That's
I
sad.
know. That's what
Yeah.
happens when you mess with time.
I
Hey, do
reckon
you
if
reckon-
the theatre burns down and we all die in it, don't put this up.
No, I was going to say, I've got a question here.
That's my theory.
Let's make a little.
You already would have been out.
A tontine.
A tontine?
No.
Tontine.
Tontine. No, I was going to say, if we record if we have episodes of the podcast or the stream in the bank, and one of us dies, is it more respectful to not air it,
Yes.
or to air it with a message at the end?
It's more respectful to not air
'Cause
this
we could
horrible
be-
thing.
we
I
could
think it's
dedicate-
disrespectful to take my performance and throw it to the wind.
I think we
Yeah.
could dedicate, if you died, Ben, we could do a whole episode where you're like, oh, I'm just going to fart and some cum. And then at
In
the end of that,
memoriam.
in memoriam, Ben
You're
Jenkins.
the wind beneath my wings.
What
Sorry.
about? Are we giving each other permission to layer Organa?
Yep.
Our faces.
Yeah.
Like digital our faces.
Yes.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man. It
Did
would be
she
so
give that permission?
No.
Did her children?
It'd be so fucking good if like it's like some some awards ceremony, and like obviously we lost a very dear friend to us. Unfortunately, the only footage we have available is from a Dungeons and Dragons stream he did. So please watch this in memoriam package. But as we said, he will be talking mostly about cum and piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
I would think,
Nope.
just quickly,
Yep.
if you are in the comments, why not everybody in the comments start a tontine?
Last
Why
person to
not?
leave
Yeah.
the Twitch wins the Twitch chat.
I've been trying to get my friends to start a tontine for a while now.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
put
you know what?
$500. I reckon if we'd all bought Bitcoin.
Yeah, but Dave.
But we didn't.
The problem is that the guy who the person most likely to start the tontine is the person most likely to murder. Do you know what I mean? Like that
and it's
is-
the way you say it, and it's the
No
fact
one's-
that you're a sneaky little
no
goblin.
one's up. No one is up for it. But
Yeah, because
you're really.
I will
like,
put
you know,
$500
It's
down
like the
now.
guy who's really keen for us all to go to casinos. Because you've got a problem.
Hey
It's the
guys,
same
we
with,
should just
you know-
play some poker, just casually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the same guy. It's like
you're hustling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep inside the cliffs of Omu, a city that was once meant to be closed but seems open at last, lies the Tomb of Annihilation, created by the Arch-Lich Acererak as a means of powering his phylactery now and in the future from planes distant and near. Acererak is testing his new engine, his new murder machine, if you will. And to do that, he has sent the Dragon Friends deep into its first level. And they've done okay. I've been pretty impressed so far. You guys have been methodical. You did that thing with the fire pocket that I was very impressed with.
Well, killing a bunch of child slaves is really sobering, as it turns out. It
Uh-huh.
really focuses you on the challenges and opportunities ahead.
And let us not forget that Bobby made friends with a bear that lives in his head.
Yeah. Hello.
But still,
We've really accepted that, haven't we?
countless levels below.
For once, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh, Bobby's got a bear in his head.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
I was a
It's
pig
like,
like
in the
48
fish,
hours
the fish
ago.
fucker
So.
movie.
That's true.
And now you find yourselves in a room that once held a magical shield and now does not.
Mm-hmm.
Not flowery, just true.
Yep. I'm
Um,
dragging along the ground.
To the which
Don't
Friezo
flip
has
it. Don't you bloody
insisted
flip it, mate.
on taking with him.
This could
I
really
think this
go
is
badly
absolutely
for
a
us.
liability, but
This is a shield that, let us forget, the fun bit is a magnet.
Let's not forget.
The less fun bit is that any metal that touches it instantly is destroyed and turned to rust.
Yep.
everything it touches turns to rust.
God, like these crawl spaces aren't made of metal, are they?
No.
Okay.
No, but
Oh,
I've,
that might
I've,
be
I've,
good, though.
I've aimed
Digging.
it towards the ground. So maybe it'll pull some precious metals out of the ground. And
And turn
sorry
it to
for stealing
rust.
your gold and turning it into rust, everybody. But, for the
To
most part, that's
the
fine.
to the north of you lies another crawl space that was mirroring the one with which you came in. To the east lies a corridor leading out to God knows where, and behind you to the south is the crawl space that will take you back to Obalaka's tomb. The choice is yours.
Crawl space, crawl space, crawl space.
Let's continue on the
You don't
crawl
want to
space.
do those balcony bizzos back there?
I think that's the way we
Nah.
get. I think the way dungeons work, that's the way we go to the next bit.
Oh, I
So we
get
want
it,
to
I
clear
get it.
this level and then we
Yeah,
head down.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Ding a
I'm,
couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm a Diablo 2 completionist. You got to do the
Exactly.
whole level.
I'm looking. Is there one of these dungeons just a cow level, Dave?
A
Yeah.
crackly voice appears
That's a
above
Diablo
you.
joke. Anyone?
Okay, so quick whip meeting.
Hi, Sarah.
Well, that's not my
Hi,
name.
Sazerac.
All right, I'm not. What?
Sazerac.
Sazerac?
Okay.
Sazzle, sazzle.
So
That's
what do we
Azkaban?
think?
Sparkle sack.
Okay.
Nice
well-
sack.
Heart attack?
Sazerac has been challenged by gods and mortals. He has raised armies and been imprisoned for millennia only to escape again, but he has never been bullied quite like this, and he doesn't know what to make of it.
Serac, you need us to at least try to finish this, right?
Not really.
No.
I mean,
You've got
there are other people. I mean,
who's the next group coming through?
let me see. Some snake people. There's some frogs.
Those nice people from Critical Role.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. They look good.
All right.
Anyway, I thought this would be a good time to catch up. What do we think? The shield's pretty cool, huh? Everything turns to rust. Everything it touches turns to rust. You know, like that.
What's that?
It's from a different dimension.
Are you lonely?
Very.
Do you want to be our friend?
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you want to come and do this with us?
You wanna just chat?
Turn
Absolutely
yourself
not.
into a little pig or something?
Can
or-
I just say, actually, I was kind of humoring you when I said I was lonely. I'm a planeswalker, so I can walk to any dimension I like. And there's a dimension where I've got a bunch of cool friends.
What?
Oh.
We're sure you do.
Just
Prove
one.
it.
Oh, question. Do you ever go to the cocktail plane?
Oh, yeah, it's great. I got hammered with this little dragon before.
Too many Singapore slings?
Too many singers. You heard it, buddy.
Well, next time you go there, can you tell him we say hi and we miss you? And if he ever wants to come back and hang out with us and be one of our familiars, then he's welcome.
Oh, that's
to.
funny. You know, he said that someone would say that, and I've got a message for them.
Yeah, let me just play it. It was in a little dictaphone.
No.
There you go.
Well, just tell him the offer still stands.
Okay, I will. Anyway, pocket of gas, got that. Tick, tick. That was good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I like the stone tile steps thing with the darts. I mean, that's just a classic touch.
Basic.
Yeah. Well, you gotta kind of, work up. Anyway,
You got any clues for us?
Yeah.
oh, of course. Okay. If you seek, are you getting this down?
Yep.
If you seek to
Uh-huh.
find the path,
Uh-huh.
first you must have a big laugh and.
That's not a true rhyme.
No.
No.
Okay.
Do you want us to you
we
know
just
what?
keep going?
Rather than testing these traps, we're actually pretty good with the japes and the jokes. We could
Yeah,
probably
we
run
could do a punch up.
Yeah,
do a bit of punch up on
we
you.
can
I'm doing
punch
a
up your
class, it's
dungeon
fine.
for you.
You're setting
Doing a
up
class
set
at the
up a writer's
UCB
room,
universe.
They have their own universe.
Yeah, if you want to get in, you got to bring
It's
4
intolerable.
friends.
And he disappears. But you cannot help but feel that.
Oh wait, I wanted to ask him what the coolest dimension he ever went to
well,
was.
I'm
Ah,
sure
too
you'll
late.
get to speak to him again.
It was definitely not the UCB dimension.
And you can't help but feel that the insurmountable ego and confidence of a Serac is slightly shaken by Filch's dismissive attitude.
Calling
And
him Sparkle Sack.
a small crack in the ego which with time and proper tendering could fester into something worse.
We
So,
break them down. We always do.
Break them down to build them up.
to the north, the crawl space, and to the east, the corridor.
Grimsby?
Yes?
Crawl away.
Into the crawl space?
Yes.
Rope
All
around.
right.
You know, we've done this before. Rope around the mid-rift.
Yep.
And let's get in there,
You're
buddy.
our best
And can I
crawler.
just say how nice it is that none of you have mentioned my dick. Anyway.
No, we're used to it.
Of course, he's now lost his breastplate, I suppose.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just a naked man that you've painted a target on.
Yeah. Shotgun not
literally.
being second
Tied a
as he
rope around.
crawls through the crawl space.
Get in that crawl space, Grimzo.
Okay, the other crawl space didn't have any traps, so let's just roll through.
So you crawl through. You crawl through, and it opens into a circular room where you can see a large fountain crusted with moss rising from the middle of the room.
Ooh.
3 marble maidens stand around the fountain, holding pitchers out of which the water flows into the fountain.
Sexy.
When you say marble maidens, are they
They're made of marble. They're statues.
right? Okay, but they're not moving. They're not alive.
Not yet.
Humanoid form.
Humanoid. Yes.
Right. So human or elven?
Yep. Humans.
Human.
They're standing around pouring water into a water fountain.
And the water, it's.
They are the fountain.
Does the water look clean or dirty?
It looks brilliantly pure.
Oh, it's so sparkly.
And what else
Probably
is in the
poison.
room?
Nothing. It's a featureless circular room.
Do you want to have a quick sip of the water, Grimsbow?
Not really.
Do you have a choice?
Yes, I think I probably do, actually.
Okay, just checking.
Are you redefining the parameters of our relationship?
I yanked the rope real hard. No.
I can bring some back and we can all look at it. Or we can all come in here. It looks pretty fine. He starts thumping the walls. He fell from a great height.
I'll tell you what.
And stamping around.
You're
on the
lucky,
floor.
but it's fine.
Coming in. Haha, the water's fine.
Are you in the water?
No, actually.
I'm gonna go in and have a look at the water.
Yeah, let's go check. Let's go.
Everyone's
check out
going
the
in?
water. Yep.
What's
Yeah.
it smell like?
All right.
Corn?
It smells nothing. It's pure. But the moment that you walk in, Bobby, you hear whispering a little voice that only you can hear. That is pleading with you not to drink from the fountain.
the water.
Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water.
Guys, don't drink the water.
Please don't drink the water.
That's okay. We don't have to drink the water.
What if you're thirsty?
Why not?
We've
Probably
got water
poison,
skins.
hey.
Do you know why? Oh, great Obalaka.
Hey, they can drink the water. You just shouldn't drink the water. We shouldn't be drinking the water.
What would happen if we drank the water?
That'd be really bad.
Okay, guys, don't drink the water.
What about what? We're asking what happens if we drink the water.
He said it would be real bad.
No,
No,
but
I didn't.
No, I didn't. It'd be refreshing. Like a Powerade.
Only you can hear this.
Can we trust this bear?
You
I
can't eat
don't-
the bear.
You can't hear the bear. Only I can hear the bear. Yeah, guys, let's just.
Ixnay on the waterway.
All right.
Okay, the room is
I'm
other-
gonna touch one of the maidens.
Where?
Are you gonna ask permission first?
Gently on the elbow, like where the places where you're allowed to
Respectful.
touch the queen. I'll touch the maiden there.
Yeah.
You touch the queen's elbow?
Yeah,
Elbow,
You're,
it's-
allowed
yeah,
to do
it's-
Yeah,
that.
you can guide her by the elbow.
She's not even allowed to complain.
Just be like,
It's-
Anyone
um,
can. Any
Fine,
citizen of England
Have
can.
you watched Have you watched it on Netflix? The Queen.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Crown?
yeah,
The Queen's elbow.
Love
No,
the
no.
Crown.
On the Crown in season 2, it's a big list. It's
Spoilers.
forehead, elbow, and eyeball. Those are the 3 places you can touch the Queen.
Yeah.
Right
And when you touch her by the elbow, you got to
Yeah.
pinch her elbow skin, and you can move her around wherever you
That's
like.
that's why she's
Isn't
waving
that-
like
yeah.
that.
These are all true facts about the queen.
All right, great.
Come at us, royal family.
Stop that.
Yeah, Prince,
So you touch the maidens, and they are just marble statues.
Well, this room sucks.
Let's do okay. Investigation check. Hachimachi. That's a 10 plus. Investigation is wisdom. No, 13.
13. Yep. It's impossible to tell without a spell if you know how the water is, but it flows and it seems clean. Without touching it, without tasting it, you can't tell much more than that.
Right.
But we're not desperate for water. Like
oh, we have water
No,
skins.
you have water skins. Oh well, no.
Well, one of them is poison.
one of them has poison in it.
The one that's slightly larger than my other one is
It's
poison.
also, it's like the thing that's infuriating about that is if you had found 6 poison darts and you wanted to protect the poison coating, then dropping them in a vessel of water is probably not the best way to do that.
No, but now I can offer someone a drink and it's a poison drink.
Oh, okay.
How likely do you think someone's going to take that from you?
What you reckon?
In
Well,
the
the moment
dungeon.
let me tell you, the moment I get rid of the water skins, it's gonna be like a thirsty old man who's trying to kill us. That's exactly what's. I know how Dave works. Like, I'm so parched.
And I'll kill you.
trying to
And I'll
kill
kill you.
Yeah. Around the corner, you see the thirstiest man that ever there was.
And he's got a knife. Ooh.
All right. So, are you guys just giving up? Is this room a bust?
No, it is
Giving
not.
up?
I refuse to give up about.
What
What about the
anything.
floor
I'm
tiles?
gonna get one of my pots.
Yes.
I'm gonna fill the pot with water and pour it on the ground. See what happens.
Okay. It splashes on the tiles. It doesn't seem to have any effect. You take care to not spill it on yourself, I imagine.
Yes.
It has the properties of water.
Wet.
So what? What are you talking? Boiling at
Slippery.
100 degrees, freezing at 0.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know, but like so
Thicker
far,
than the snakes, I think we decided.
Would you say it's thicker or less thick than blood?
I would say that blood is thicker than water.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Ah,
Alright,
that's what
I
they
like that.
say.
Can
But
I
then
talk-
so is soup.
It
I
depends
talk
what
to
kind.
Oberlacher?
Minestrone,
Will
probably
Oberlacher,
not.
He ju-
respond to my question.
Oberlacher is, as I said, he's skittish and paranoid, so it's often hard to tell if he's giving you useful advice or if his natural aversion to trying new things is there. So you can talk to him if you want.
Oberlacher, do you know this room? Are you familiar with this room? Is this
Not really, no.
Is it aligned to any of the gods?
No. As far as I know.
Love
Well-
that bit.
Well, what do we have to gain from drinking the water?
No, I don't think we can
Nothing.
drink
We just,
Nothing.
so there's nothing like of
Nothing.
interest in
The
this
best
room.
thing that can
Look, I
happen
can
is
see.
it's not poisonous. Worst thing, it
It
is
is
poisonous.
You
So-
do all have maximum hit points, and you're
Not me. I got poisoned.
you're still poisoned.
Well,
Don't forget
Me
that. I
now?
keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
That was
don't
ages
forget
ago.
it. Wink.
All right, shall we go?
Yeah, let's amps grey.
All right, so you make your way out, and then you head down the corridor, which then turns to the right, and you find another connection to the stairs, the giant sort of
We're back in the
s-
dark well.
the dark well staircase that leads, the grand staircase
So
in the
we've
center.
gone down one level.
No, you're
You
still
haven't
on.
gone down
Oh,
yet.
right.
But can they get around it or?
They can get around it. There's still two more opening. There's an entrance to the north, and there's an entrance to the east that you still haven't gone through.
So to paint a picture, we're here on the edge of that thing.
In fact, yeah, here it
That's
is.
all-
We have a little.
Aiden has a map.
Eden. So where am I? Where's,
All right,
We're
let's
in this
go.
room, So there's that one and that one.
shall we
Why
go?
don't
Or
we
we can
take
go
it?
down.
Let's go off to the east. I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's have a crack at that.
Dave, can we put
Which one's the east?
a map reference on here, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, north is always up.
So we make our way around
Yes, the one to the east.
the dark well towards the eastern.
Oh, very well done. Okay.
exit.
So as you make your way through down the corridor, you suddenly see a giant stone skull, which is again encrusted with the same moss that is all over this layer. There are flames flickering in each of the skull's eyes. It's a giant
That's metal as fuck.
stone effigy.
Is it actually made of metal?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's made of stone, and it's and its jaw is open, and the only way to go further down the corridor is to stoop down and climb into its jaw.
Should we get some water and throw it on the skull so the flame goes out, and then we've killed the skull?
Is that how Filch talks now?
That's how she remembers things.
The fire
ironic.
safety song.
Yeah, it's her fire safety song.
Do we want to do
Why,
that?
why was it to the tune of "Click Go the Shearers"?
I don't know. I've seen
Well,
songs
should we go and
before.
quickly get a couple of pans of? You got two
Pots.
pans.
You got
Two
no. She
pots?
got
You got
four
3 pots left.
Well,
No,
should we
I
go-
three
burned one
left.
of them up.
Yeah,
We
There's
sent
three
one. We have
left.
3 pots
Three
left.
Should we
pots
run
left.
back, get some water, and try and douse those
Let's
flames
do it.
in the
Let's
skulls?
do it.
So who's doing it?
Meep.
Okay, so Filge runs in, fills a pot carefully with her hands not to touch it, and runs back and throws it on the flame, which is no
Well,
bigger than a candle.
I'm going to go with this because otherwise, like, we got to wait.
Yep.
We're going to need 2 pots of water, right?
All right.
Yeah.
2 eyeballs.
And so you throw the first pot on a candle flame.
Which eyeball?
Yeah, which eyeball?
Can we do it simultaneously?
Yeah, we'll do
1,
something.
2, 3.
Sploosh.
Sploosh.
The water splashes onto the skull. It doesn't seem to affect the stone, and strangely, it doesn't affect the flame. The flames, even though so small that non-magical flames would have been extinguished, continue to burn.
It could be one of those tacky fake ones though. That
No,
are
it doesn't spurt
just-
and do that bullshit.
Does it
Is
give
a
off-
little light glow
does
with
it
an
give off-
LED in it?
Could be one of
A
them.
little
Give
bit of
off
cloth
heat?
in it.
You
flame?
you hold your hand against it. You can't
towards it. Okay.
discern any heat.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do an Arcana check, baby. 7.
No, I'm afraid again.
Oh wait, no, 12.
Yeah, unless you're going to give up one of those dispel magic slots.
Spell or detect?
What's the Arcana check I've got to hit?
It's very high because you've got a spell that will get you through this. You're kind of 15, 20, 25, depending on how hard it is.
Okay.
Hey, Grimsby.
Okay.
Hello.
Ever wondered what it's like to be food?
You know, I have. Just the other day, I was eating a peach.
Grimsby,
and I
by the
thought,
way.
from the bloody peach's perspective, this is a raw deal.
Grimsby, I might add, has managed to replace the buttons of his long johns.
No, he's naked.
No, he's wearing his long johns now.
Oh, right.
Just the long johns, and he sort of tied them together.
Like Jeans, like they're a fancy French version
Long
of
Long
Johns.
gendarmes.
For a while, he tried
Jean
to wear his
Silver.
breastplate as well, but without the rest of the fastenings and his clothes being kept
Just
closed,
look ridiculous.
and it
frankly.
chafed. So now he's just in his long johns.
Okay.
Hey, do we still have those? What were those clues we got at the start?
Yeah, the enemy is
left?
opposed. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen.
We've done
Speak
those.
no truth to the doomed child. The
Reckon it-
keys turn
Yeah.
on the inside only.
Okay, do you reckon this is a doomed child?
Nah, it's a skeleton.
All right. Skellington, are you a doomed child? Nothing coming back?
Nothing coming
Nothing
back.
coming
Nothing.
back? Yeah.
There's
What about
nothing.
an echo?
No, actually, not even.
Oh,
an
not
echo.
even an echo.
Oh.
Is this a hologram?
Have we touched
I
it?
think.
All right.
I
Tankiest one goes first. Filch through the mouth. Let's do this.
What, me go first? Why?
Because you're the tankiest. You got all them hit
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, all
let's
right.
do
You're a
how.
massive fan of Stalinist. But anyway, it's ready to.
What
So you going
about
first?
can we use So it's a jaw, right? So
Mhm.
it's got a jaw
hinge?
hinge, which would be
Oh, do you want to investigate that?
yeah.
All right, have a little look.
have a look. See at the
DC
hinge.
10. 8.
-1.
Um,
It's a jaw.
okay.
It's a big skull, though,
You're
right?
No, but he's being specific. This is the difference. Just because I hear what you're saying, and I want you to understand that he's saying, can I investigate the very specific jaw part of the statue? Whereas what you have said just one episode ago was, okay, I'm going to do some alchemical tests to determine the properties of this liquid.
I don't see the difference.
I mean, the liquid seems quite
That's a
specific,
higher
trust
test.
me.
That's always a higher test.
Right.
You know
Right,
what?
more
Because he gave some lip, I'm just going to let you succeed.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Be nice today.
Sucked in,
be
Dave. That
nice
benefits
today.
us
No
as
one will-
well.
Yeah, you notice that there is a hinge. It's not one solid piece of rock. It looks like the jaw can move.
It would move. So I'm gonna jam my crowbar in at that closest.
It's
Hey, you bing bongs! I've got an immovable rod.
Hey!
movable rod stronger than a crowbar.
That sure is right.
Yeah, it's immovable.
So what are you going to do?
Shove it, jam it up.
Alright,
You
You
jam
just
it in
place
the-
it at the top of the inside of the
Yeah,
skull.
on top
Oh
of it.
yeah.
Place
Hey,
it at
look,
the
I
top.
still don't know how this fully works.
It doesn't need to brace itself against anything because it's an immovable rod.
But it's quite small, but that's fine because what you can do is you can put it in the
Put it right here.
hinge.
Yeah, put it in
Exactly.
the hinge.
Yeah.
Or put it in
Put
that.
it there.
In there.
And
In
it
the-
won't
in the-
shut. It can't 'cause
Put
it's
it
up against
anywhere
the-
because it won't move.
Or in there.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like this.
It's quite.
No, but it doesn't need to. Like,
No,
look.
you can just go like.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
just,
No.
you just do
Stop
this.
putting things in your mouth, Ben.
No, the reason
put it at the
we have to
side.
put it in the hinge is because even if we don't know if the bottom comes up or the top comes down.
True dat.
So if you lock off the top but then the bottom comes up,
You're still
Smart.
up
Clever.
yeah,
first.
so
Because I was saying
Smart.
that you could just do it like this. This is how a movable rod works. You could just do this. Like that.
Yeah,
But the
it also
bottom.
makes it very difficult to
no,
but
so
the
when you
bottom might
press the
come
button,
up.
movable.
it locks itself in place.
space.
Wherever.
But you
So you
can
just
move it.
Floating in the air.
Yes,
You
we've done it
used
before
it.
last
You
week.
used it like that.
No, I thought it was just up against between two walls.
No.
Okay, all right.
You
well,
can literally just do that and it'll
All right,
stay
we're
there.
jamming it into the
Alright, so you
foot
let's
jam-
do
stretches
the
of the
maths
thing.
thing, the
You-
hinge.
You jam the you jam the immovable rod.
Same as Hing.
Should have been.
You
Michael
jam the
Lynch.
immovable rod into the jaw of this skeleton. And now who's going first?
Me.
All right, Filge walks
Is
through.
that saying you or are you just making a roadrunner noise?
Me.
Filge walks through, and you find yourself in a corridor leading into another giant, what looks like a tomb.
Last person to go through, please take my rod. I've just realized it's quite valuable.
Sure.
I'll take it. I'll be the
Thanks,
last one
Bubs.
to do
Cool,
it.
alright.
Whoa,
Going
I
through
feel
it.
like we should not, because we might get trapped in here. We should like have a look around, Mapes.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. All
Okay, I'll
right,
just
we
hang
leave it
back
there.
here. You
Let's
guys
go
tell
in.
me
Who's
if you
going
want me
next?
to take it.
Bast. Usually the order is
Me, I'll go.
Yeah,
because
All right,
Baston,
Baston,
then
make a
me,
perception
then
check
Bobby.
for me.
oh, what do I perceive? This I do not like this dice. It has failed me too many
13
times.
this time.
2.
All right, great. You make your way through the door as well.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, great. Who's going next?
I'll go next.
Make a perception check.
13.
13.
Which one's perception again? Sorry. Wisdom. 10.
Okay, great. You make your way through. Yep, excellent.
That's a 20, my friend
All right.
David.
Bobby, as you make your way through, you notice something that all the rest of them didn't notice, which is that the eyes, while you've been so focused on the jaw, are now extinguished. There's no flame in the eyes.
Guys, there's no flame in the eyes anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody come out real quick.
Out
Alright.
again?
Yeah, just everybody step out.
All right.
Okay, we go back out again.
Do the eyes change? Do
No.
The eyes
The
are off.
eyes are still off.
eyes are still off?
Should we relight the eyes?
What happens if we take the rod out?
You can take the rod out? Okay, so on this side, it's easy to take the rod out. It's quite tricky to take it from inside, obviously.
Yeah, so we'll be
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
from the outside.
You take the rod out.
Yeah.
As you pull it out, the stone jaws slam shut with tremendous force, with decapitating force. And as they do that, both of the eyes flare back into flame, and then it slowly winches itself open again.
Okay, so if we go through, the eyes go out and the mouth closes.
But
No,
it
but
tries
only
to
if you
close.
It only
remove the
closed
removable
when
rod.
we didn't closed.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
Oh, the tension
unless-
was there, though. So when you pulled the rod out, it slammed shut. So
It was
between you
actually
putting
stopping
Trying to.
between you putting the rod there and taking it away again, it had gone from being open to trying to being closed.
Okay.
That's
So we
because
better
went
leave the rod in then.
Yeah, let's go and leave the
All
rod
right,
in.
so we'll do it again. Go
And we
through
can
it.
get it if we
Now that you're all paying attention, after Filge goes in, one of the eyes goes out, and then after Baston goes in, another eye goes out.
Okay, so 2 people can go through, and then it's a trap. So let's
Oh,
just
one person could do it.
so
right.
let's all go through then
Yeah.
while we do with the rod.
Let's have a look around.
Okay, so you're going to make your way into the room.
Yep.
Excellent. And as I said, this is another sort of tomb-like area. So where skulls crushed with dried mud, glower from niches cut all through the walls. This is actually like catacombs. So the walls are just textured skulls, as if like 1,000 skulls have been recessed into the mud. A stone sarcophagus.
Ben once pissed himself in some catacombs.
I was wondering who would say that.
He was telling us this story just before we did the stream.
And he was in some catacombs. It's a very sacred place, and he wet his pants.
I was 25. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, if you thought he was 7,
25,
if you
oh.
thought he was like 3 years old, no. Add a good score of years to that.
Best
Can I
bit about
just
that
say-
story. The best. Oh, you know where you go.
I was going to say, if you are going to go to the catacombs in Paris, it's long. It's about 2 kilometers of human remains, and if you needed to wee when you went in, you'll need to wee when you come out.
Unless you
Unless
piss your
you piss
pants.
your
In
pants.
which case-
Also, I just want to say that when Ben told us this story, he told it from the perspective of, but I didn't really piss my pants because I just weed a bit and then I stopped, as if he thought.
Yeah, I had to reassess what the metric of pissing
You
one's
put your
pants
pants
is.
to
For
completion.
the last
Yeah.
8 years of your life, you have not identified yourself as a man who pissed his pants in public.
I really think that pissing your pants it's a real binary situation. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
It's either do it or don't. You can't piss your pants a little bit, you know?
I think you can, and I think you'll find I did in Paris.
Oh my God! All right, so all
J'adore.
the walls of these tombs, as I said, are 1,000 glowering skulls, and the stone sarcophagus. Glowering.
Is that their expression on their face, or are they glowing with some sort
No,
of...
they're
Both.
glowering.
Okay.
And the lid is adorned with a
that the guy?
single piece of granite forms the lid, which has a relief showing a coiled serpent ready to strike.
Snack.
And behind
neck?
the sarcophagus, resting atop a marble pedestal, is an ornate crystal box, which is hinged and appears unlocked. And you can see floating in the center of the box is a small skull, human
Ooh.
skull, but small.
Do you reckon that might be a
Ooh.
doomed child? His skull?
Maybe.
Does it look like a child-sized skull?
Yeah, looks like a child-sized
So what's
skull.
the clue with the child?
Speak no truth
Speak no truth.
to the doomed child.
Okay.
Oh, hello. I guess we need someone to be tricksy and full of lies.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm just thinking it.
Okay.
I've got +6 deception, so...
What's my deceptions? +7.
Oh.
What?
That could be a lie.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
He'll tell me always that he has +7.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
So is anyone walking into the room?
Yep.
Friezo.
Friezo's in
Go
Friezo.
Dave.
freezer.
Freezer's in there.
So
All right,
Dave,
the moment Friezo walks in, you suddenly hear the voice of what sounds like an 11-year-old girl telepathically shouting into your mind.
What's happening? Why can't I see?
Why are they all American?
Because there's a reason for that.
All right, okay, all right.
Which Ben will think of later and
Yes.
tell you.
No,
I'll send you an email.
more fool me.
I know exactly why
Oh boy.
it's happening.
Why can't I see anything? Are you friends with my father? Is he looking for me?
I'm big friends with your father.
Go deep, go deep.
I'm the biggest friend of your father.
So he sent you to come find me? Where am I?
he sent you to come. He sent you to come find me. Is what he did.
So only he can hear this, or can we all hear it?
No, you can all hear it. This is a psychic scream.
Does it sound like the lady from the Carbonite?
I mean, Waxanare.
Moxanare.
Is it Waxanare?
It actually, now that you think about it, the voice, the accent is familiar of Moaxanare, but it is not Moaxanare's voice.
What else is in the room?
As I said, just thousands of other skulls form the walls.
Is it a round room?
No, it's a square room.
So and are there any other exits on it?
No. Oh, yes. No, there's not. Sorry.
And there's a thing in the tomb in the
Yeah.
middle.
It's
Okay.
the
He's
same
doing a
size.
great job here.
It's actually the
Yep.
same size as the other tomb. You're doing a great job.
Uh-huh.
What do you?
Cool skulls.
What do you want?
Where am I? I don't know where I am. Help me.
What do you need?
I need you to help me. I can't see anything. Where am I?
I need you to
what-
be more specific.
What should I do to help you?
I don't know. Did my father send you? Where am I?
I'm your dad.
Papa?
Yep. I miss you, babe.
Papa, come get me. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Can I-
I'm a little
can I
busy
leave,
right
Dad?
now.
Sorry.
Can I get out?
So, yeah, no, you guys are all in the room. Yeah, you're still in the
But
room.
you're trying to
Can
back
I just
out.
bail? This is annoying. Can I leave?
Yeah, you can start backing out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
All right,
go.
so
This is
so Baston is left
dumb.
in the room alone with the skull. And
You
the,
all abandoned
and
me?
the skull
I'll be in
is,
there with you.
the skull's
Me and
voice
I don't
is
trust
starting to
myself.
rise, but also you suddenly hear the voice of Obalaka in your ear again.
Oh, yep.
And he goes, "This is bad. This is bad. This is I recognize this voice."
Yes.
Who is it?
Should I? Yeah, well, she's the prince, which was the queen. Yeah.
The Queen of what?
He recognizes answer this for you.
He goes
Oh,
on to say.
He goes on to say,
it's Waxanare's mum.
"It's Napatek. It's Max. It's Max Wax.
I just couldn't
What
remember the
happened to
name.
Dave?
It's Napatek."
Oh, so she's a bird lady.
She was actually a great aunt of
Oh,
Waxanare.
no, is she a bird lady or a
No,
human?
no, she's
human.
a Omuan child, and she was the last queen of Omu before the family fled. So she is actually a great aunt of Waxanare, who you've met, who are the children of the Great Maze. And she died and was presumed lost, but it seems that Acererak has somehow found her consciousness and bound it in a skull, but also
Awful.
potentially that she doesn't understand yet what's happened to her.
Oh,
Even
that's
though she has
sad.
been here now, it would be for at least 100 years.
Can I check out this skull?
Well, it's floating in this box.
Can I see above it?
Are you
Can I see-
checking for wires?
No, I'm checking. I'm checking to see if this skull is in fact also a chalice.
No, it's not a chalice.
Okay.
It's a child's skull floating.
Wait a
Crucial
second.
difference.
Wait.
Great aunt.
Was she a child queen?
No, but that's what I'm saying. She was a child queen.
But so she died. So her sister.
Yes.
She was the last queen. So when the last adult last adult ruler of Omu died, there was a brief period where a child far too young was
Right.
the ruler,
Okay.
and then she disappeared. And somehow it seems fell into Acererak's clutches.
Whoever did it is going to be in so much trouble.
Speak no truth to the doomed child.
What'd you say?
There's
I'm
no, there is,
I'm
there
your
is
dad.
a note. There is
That's
a,
me.
there is a note of panic in her voice, and she said, "Where am I? Where am I? Why do you tell me all these things? I can't see anything. Where's the
Everything-
light? Turn the lights on."
Everything's gonna be all right. You're definitely not dead.
Why would you?
Wow.
What a strange thing to say.
No, make a deception check for me, Baston.
Boy.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I'm so bad at dice.
She gets more panicked.
4.
Why would you say I'm not dead if I'm not dead?
And the
You
skull
dead?
and the skull moves for the first time and sort of bashes a little bit against the box, which rocks.
A floating skull.
And I say, you've been ill.
Uh-huh.
You've been unwell.
Uh-huh.
So, but you're through it. You're through the worst of it now, and you're on the mend.
Why can't I see?
We've had to keep you isolated for fear that the illness that you had could spread to others.
Oh.
And so you're in a dark room.
Make a charisma check. DC 12.
16.
Right.
Oi.
She calms down a little bit and the skull stops rocking, but she doesn't like the idea that she's sick.
He is so stroppy that his opposite day began but didn't work.
No, I'm just trying to. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah. So do we have no sense of who
No,
she is, or
so
like?
Obalaka has told you
Oh right, so I know
that she was the
queen.
last queen of
Yeah.
Omu.
Your
And she
Majesty.
says, sick. What do you mean sick? Am I dying? Am I going to die?
Definitely, you're not. You're never going. You're not gonna. You're not dead.
You don't sound like my father at all.
Make another charisma check.
Oh, boy.
So good at this.
Jesus.
20.
Oh.
Ha ha.
She calms down a lot.
I guess it's been so long since I heard your voice, I guess. Or maybe I am sick because I'm confused, but okay.
Your Highness.
But if I'm sick, could you just light a candle, please? It's so dark, and I'm so scared of the dark.
That was the thing about darkness in the thing.
In the darkness, it hides.
yeah.
Oh, we've already done that one.
Yeah, that's
But it's
separate.
It's a
different
separate
line.
line. There's a line
Okay.
between them.
Speak no truth to the doom child.
Your Highness, you've been out for so long. We fear that that light would hurt your eyes. It's in the best interest of you that we that you make a slow move to the outside world. This is the first time that we've been able to get you to respond to us. So we're so happy. We're overjoyed.
While he's distracting her, I want to try and grab the box.
Okay, so you're the box that the skull's in?
Yeah.
All right, so you're creeping up on the box while
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
talking. All right, and you're going to try and grab the box.
Because she's just a disembodied voice, right? She's not a ghosty or anything.
She's not, but the skull, when she got anxious, the skull started to rock around in the box. And the skull is child-shaped. Like,
Child-sized.
sized.
And it's sitting on top of a big sarcophagus, like in the other room.
It's sitting on a pedestal in front of the sarcophagus.
Are there any marks on the pedestal or anything?
No, everything is has carved serpents all over it.
But that's not one of the gods, is it?
It's Moa.
It is.
Oh, Moa, the rabbit. Nope, that's wrong. The
Good notes.
The
Good
snake?
notes.
Yeah, good. I'm all over this, guys.
Who we got? Have you written it down here?
Yeah, Moa is versus the monkey.
Moa's the serpent. Okay, so we're in Moa's
That's
room.
is it Wongo or Mongo?
Wongo the monkey.
Okay.
Snake.
Eugene.
So she's
Moa.
you sneak forward and you grab the box, do you?
Yeah.
All right, great. Make a dexterity check for me.
Oh god, there's gonna be trapses. Is it attached? Are there strings?
All right, 12
plus
t-
plus 2, 14.
Plus 2, yeah. In fact, you've got acrobatics, so I could let you do that. So
You.
17. So you dive forward and you grab the box and you're holding it shut. And at that moment, suddenly the child's voice turns into a panic and went, "What's that? Something cold grabbed me."
It's just a cold compress.
And she starts banging against the side of the
Cold
box.
Skull is
compress, Your
banging around in a
Majesty.
box.
A cold compress to ease your fever.
What am I gonna do with this box full of a skull?
Do you want to put the skull in my box of lentils?
I want to take it out of the room.
All right, so
Yep.
so you're racing out the door.
Yeah, to go out that
All
way.
right, so you you race down the thing. Meanwhile, what are you saying, Simon? To her?
Oh God.
I'm saying we're moving you to a new room to stabilize you.
Make a charisma check. DC
What?
14.
And there's treats.
That didn't go through the things.
Why are you so bad?
It's
20.
Oh, take it back. Take it back.
She
20.
seems excited. She's like, "Am I going outside? Are you taking me out to the light, to the sun?
We're
I
gonna-
so miss the sun."
We're taking you to our most trusted medic.
All right. At this
While
point,
they've run out, can I open the sarcophagus?
yep, you can. So while you're racing out, you walk up to the sarcophagus. Make for me a DC 15 strength check or athletics.
Oi, boy.
7 plus 7 is 14. Are you helping?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
then advantage.
I'll give it a hand. You can roll again.
I thought Hing left.
18.
18. All right.
Free
No,
some-
I was just out. I'll
He was
crawl
just
back in.
All right,
Yeah.
you managed to push the sarcophagus open, and at that point, the little girl jolts again and is like, "Is that because we're going outside? I keep feeling movement."
We're going to the outside.
Dad, sing the song you used to sing to me when I was going to bed.
Don't worry, sweet baby, you're never gonna die. I'm never gonna let you die.
You've already rolled a 20, so I can't take that back. But that's shit. That's fucking shit.
To be fair, I rolled that 20. Baston did not roll that 20.
All right, Baston, at
Don't
that
worry,
point,
baby.
you're holding
You're
the...
never gonna
die. You're never gonna die.
I like it. It's
I like it a
And
lot.
at that moment...
I like that a lot.
Baston, you have arrived at the foot of the dark well, which descends, as I said, 200, 300. Impossible knows how far down it goes.
Chuck it.
Chuck it. Chuck it.
Is still,
Chuck it.
Is it still jangling in the box?
It's panicked and moving around, but it's still in the box.
Put her out of her misery.
What do you
Paul
reckon?
McLean.
Chuck the box?
Chuck the
Are
ball.
you
Okay.
chucking the the soul of a scared child down a well.
Wait. Bobby says, now we're going to administer a medicine. Now it's a powerful medicine, but it will make you better. It will feel like you're falling. But that's the dizzying effects of this narcotic. Be brave, my child.
Okay, now because it's something scary, the DC is a bit harder. So it's DC 17. Final charisma check.
8 plus
Oh,
She doesn't
boy.
buy it.
7. Deception 6.
And as Baston heaves back and throws, you hear a voice going, "That's not true. You're not friends with my father. What have you done with me?" And then the
Never
fox-
gonna die.
Fuck's sake.
Well, fix that one.
It's not a problem that's going to come back.
Yeah, we'll just.
Absolutely not.
We're not going to get to like the bottom level of this pit anyway, so we'll all die before then.
Inside the sarcophagus, you see the shriveled, mummified corpse of a python with an armored head,
Sick.
which is tiny and wrapped around a staff that is also has the head of a cobra on it.
Ooh.
Hey, Freezy, you want it or?
This
Yeah.
is very generous, given that he took your magic items.
Yeah, but then he gave me
then-
his one, so I've got his charm. So
All right, I'm going to.
You
What's
want
the
it?
staff made out of?
wood
Wood?
with a copper top.
Uh,
A copper head.
A
Okay.
proper copper top on it.
yeah, I'll
You
grab it.
want a
Oh yeah,
snaky
I'll grab the snake.
Make one of them charisma saving throws for me.
Charisma saving throws.
Charisma saving throw.
what the hell?
13 plus 7 is 20.
All right.
How do you have so much charisma? Are you sure?
Yeah, saving throws plus 7.
I've asked this question
Oh,
so many
save.
times.
This was
Never
the this was the,
understand.
this was the initial conundrum of Friezo that he's awful but has incredible charisma.
Yeah, right.
Green smoke billows from the staff, coiling around you like a serpent, and as a sibilant voice whispers in your ear, "Let me in, stranger. I promise to be good." Now, because
I will serve you well, master.
oh fuck, all right. Even though you have succeeded,
Yeah, usually
You-
puts people right off.
even though your charisma is strong enough to deny it, you embrace the god as the power of Moa seeps into you.
Oh no.
So you have
Where,
decided to.
where does it seep in?
Oh,
In
through
his
every
bum
orifice,
hole.
every single orifice. All right, now this is the same. Now Moa has a particular quirk, which is that Moa must always speak the truth when asked directly. You cannot
no.
ever lie or
Okay.
deceive anyone. Not your
Oh, like
friends,
Friezo can't.
not strangers. Not while Moa's inside
Michael
you.
Hing still can, surely.
Whoa! Lucky we threw that princess down the well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good call.
There is also you realize that the power of Moa is imbued in the staff, and the staff is what's called a staff of the python. And you realize that if you throw it on the ground like Noah, you can turn it into a giant.
Moses.
Moses.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all.
To be fair, Noah had a bunch of snakes.
Yeah.
We had to.
So like
every time.
Two of every time.
you have a Moses staff, which means
Moses stuff.
so you
Moses
can
stuff.
throw it on this. If you throw it on the ground, it turns into a giant constrictor snake, which you can speak command words to make it turn back into a staff, or to attack things within 60 feet.
Oh, it's like Bushu but with no legs.
There's been a lot of there's been a lot of Jim Carrey going on. These
Is this Jim Carrey? Moses.
Liar,
is-
liar.
Oh yeah.
Liar,
Also-
and Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Also, that the biblical recreation Jim Carrey did.
That was
Yeah, that was
very
weird, wasn't it?
disrespectful.
Yeah, the Ten Commandments, starring Jim Carrey and to a lesser extent Charlton Heston.
Oh, I don't like that at
Do
all.
we
Also,
know?
he did that thing with God in it.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know that? Do I know that this has happened to?
Yeah, you all saw
Frieza?
the dust swirl around, become the shape of a python, and
Disappear
then
up his
you
butthole.
saw Friezo with arms outstretched, sudden and a manic grin on his face, fling his arms wide and embrace the dust which collapsed inside him.
I say, what happened, Friezo?
I have been possessed by a snake god.
Now, is that a problem
And
for
he
us?
says it like he's lying, and then he
Oh, because in his head he was lying, and he doesn't hear it until he said it, and it's the truth.
Ah. And as a result, I can't tell any lies anymore.
Hey, Friezo, do you love
Yes.
us?
Throws the stuff.
eat snake, you beautiful people.
Has to be the truth.
Yes.
Oh, give me a hug, group hug.
Group hug.
This is nice.
Oh, so that's the voice. Yeah, you can hear it inside.
This is nice.
What's nice?
There's this hugs. It's good.
Just a fan generally of constriction.
Oh yeah, what kind of snake are we talking about here?
He's a giant constrictor snake.
So he's Moa the boa.
Oh, actually, he's a jaculi, which is a magical type of constrictor snake. But essentially, yeah, he has an armored forehead. But he's a ghost. He's a
I
ghost
just
who
wanna know
lives in your brain.
How the snake is going to attack when I throw it on the ground.
Oh,
that's a
yours
different
is
snake.
yours is a giant constrictor snake.
So I throw the staff down. It turns into like an anaconda or whatever.
Yeah,
boa.
and
Yeah.
it
And it
grapples
don't
and
want
starts
none
to
unless
try
you
and
got buns.
strangulate.
Yeah. What's the? Sorry, no. I was gonna what's the butt on the anaconda look like? Sorry.
Do you want to ask that?
No, there's a song about butts.
The anaconda doesn't have the butt.
That's the joke. Anyway,
it's
doesn't matter.
not.
I'm sorry.
You.
Anyway.
No, the anaconda doesn't want none unless you've got buns. It's not
Hun.
an anaconda.
Han.
The
And your
ana-
anaconda is your dick.
Oh,
Oh, I'll teach you all
It is
about
your
that.
what?
You just worked that out?
what?
Wait,
The
is that
anaconda
snake
is,
that-
is
that
your
the-
dick.
Yeah.
Somebody's dick.
My
My
anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
But the problem with it is, look, I'm not an expert on these things.
I'm so mix-a-lot
But my
issues.
penis has never tried to grapple or strangle anything, right?
Really?
Or an anaconda
Really?
would.
Boasting much?
Yeah. I
But
never
I-
thought I'd murder till I joined a tontine.
True that. True that.
All right.
That sounds like a lyric from Anaconda.
Oh my god. Cool. So yeah,
What rhymes with tontine?
not even the right one.
Bovine?
Excellent.
No, no.
Yep. So you've made your way. Congratulations through. And you've got the sarcophagus, and you've doomed a lost, poor, frightened child to 200 feet of falling, and then the darkest.
Slash skull monster.
So far, so bloody good, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
The room seems to otherwise just be the grinning skulls everywhere.
All right, let's go to this final. Let's go to the final room then.
On,
this
friends. Remember me? I'm here.
To the north. Pip
You got
pip.
these wrong, that's
And
fine.
we grab the.
Grimsby,
Oh, they're back to front.
Friezo can tell no lies. Just
Okay,
thought
that's
you might
fine.
want to know that.
Oh, that's fun.
If you had any questions
Oh,
for him.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
let's go to the room in the
to the
north.
east, to
We
the
should
room
get
to the
your
north.
rod as well
Room
on the
to
way
the
back
north.
through.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please.
yeah, let's take the rod. Don't
Yeah.
forget the rod,
Yoink.
yo.
All right, so
Yoinko.
you take the rod, and it slams shut again, of course, as you leave. And as you leave, you make your way towards the room of the north. So you're heading again to another corridor.
Yep.
And as you get towards the corridor, you see the corridor starts to narrow as you get closer. And there is a point when the frescoes on the floor stop and the pattern changes. And as you get to the end of that fresco, you can see 20 feet ahead of you what seems to be a large adamantine propeller with 5 sharp blades.
Is that
Adamantium?
something just
Wait.
from X-Men?
No, that's
Yeah.
adamantium. Adamantine is
Oh.
either real or it might be like mithril real.
But
Like,
is it
fantasy
What
standard.
is it? Is it? Are these,
It's stronger than mithril. It's like
Is it a metal or a bone?
it's a metal.
And what did you say it was? A big fan?
It's a propeller, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
there's
metal.
and the corridor narrows.
Towards what
This-
seems to
okay,
be
I'm
this
gonna.
propeller.
Freezer's gonna head this one up and hide behind his shield and creep forward.
Wait.
Okay. So you
Okay,
pick
that's
up
fine.
your shield.
I do it in a way that so I get everyone behind me, get their metal behind me.
Yes,
Lift
because
it
you
up.
could turn the fan to rust.
We're making so much noise in this dungeon, just like clang, clang.
You ever drag the
dragging.
shield along the ground?
Okay, the moment, Friezo, that you take a step off the fresco, the propeller starts to wind up and it starts to move while it's about 20 feet away from
Not
you.
a problem.
But is Friezo being sucked towards the fan?
So far,
wait. Sorry, I must have missed some words. I thought there were. So the propeller is blades.
Yes.
They're really sharp.
5 sharp blades,
Right.
yeah.
And do I feel wind heading towards?
Well, no, because it's standing still. But the moment you stepped onto it, it started to turn and
Yeah.
it's
So
getting
is it, so
faster.
I'm just saying. Is the wind from the propeller going towards me or away from me,
It's sucking you in.
sucking me in?
Mm.
But also the magnetic
But
pull.
it's the magnetic pull of it that's sucking?
But you haven't lifted up the shield yet, have you?
You also that
Yes,
remember that
I'm
only
behind the shield.
that only kind of effect kicked in when you were 10 feet away. So you're still 20 feet away.
Okay.
So
I
you
reckon
can
get
run-
close, let it
I'm
go.
gonna
yeah.
creep forward with the
Chuck
shield,
the
but
shield
I'm
at it?
behind the shield.
If
Yeah.
you creep, it's going to go to full speed. You're going to have to move quite quickly
how
if you
big
want
is
to get
how big is
a
the
doorway. It's like a portal.
And how big is the shield?
The shield is
Uh.
about is like 2 feet across, and this portal is like 8 feet across.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. There's a portal and a propeller.
The portal that the propeller's inside.
Okay. Well, if I get sucked in towards the
Rust,
propeller,
that prop.
yeah, if I get sucked in towards the propeller, all right, fine. I charge the
Yeah,
propeller.
so you
then?
can,
Is that what you're saying?
what you're going to want to probably do is the moment it starts to get sucked in, you're going to want to disengage your hand very quickly. Because
Yeah.
if you don't,
That's
you'll
yeah,
You'll
dive into
get
the mechanism.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool if you
So
only
it's
had one
going to
hand,
take
though.
quite a bit of acrobatics to do it. It's going to be because there's risk involved in going into this thing. Even if you probably will destroy it,
Let's
there is a
put a
risk
rope.
involved.
What's
Let's
the?
put a-
Oh yeah, let's
Yeah.
rope him.
Let's rope Friezo.
Well, the risk is that, for instance, if the
Rope
shield
handle.
banged into one of the propellers,
And flip it
smashing it
around.
to rust, you went forward, and then the next propeller sliced you through while it was spinning.
Oh, so we can only kill one.
No, you
blade.
could probably kill them all eventually, but they would be doing damage to you while they were being destroyed.
So let's measure a length of rope and like tie it to Friezo.
And then just fling the shield.
No,
Let's not fling it because
No,
it could tip
around
back
you.
and-
So you're gonna go down and you're gonna try and touch the propellers, the
the
shield to
center?
the propellers.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep you.
I want to hit the middle mechanism. The middle mechanism.
Yeah.
It's all the same metal, right?
There's a middle
So
mechanism.
I'm going to try and hit the middle mechanism
Great.
with the
All
shield.
right. So this is great. So you're on the end of a rope that you've measured out by eye to be the correct amount of length.
And
'Cause
we'll
you can't
hold on
walk-
to the
Yeah.
rope.
You can't walk and just do it.
Well,
so
we've got 20. It's 20 feet, right?
it's about 20 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it like
So-
rock climbing. Like every time he takes a step, we'll let
Yeah,
him
yeah,
land
we'll
on
belay
the
him.
wall.
Belay me
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay, so after there's a point when you get 10 feet in when the pull becomes really, really great. You guys are all doing it together, which means Phil, you make the roll, but you have advantage,
You
and
dog.
you need to beat DC 10 to hold on to onto Friezo.
Okay, right now.
Yep.
This is strength, right?
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh, wait, plus
yeah.
strength, right?
9. Yep. So you're fine. So
Yep.
13.
No worries.
You're fine.
So for Friezo, you get to the very, very end, and you're holding on to the shield,
Uh-huh.
and then you let go of it, and it smashes forward, and shards of metal go in every single way,
Are
while
they-
the center
are
of the
they
mechanism
rust?
dies. They're rusting, but shards of rusty metal are flying everywhere. So make
Shrapnel.
for me a dexterity saving throw.
Thank you.
It needs to be 15.
That's a natural
That's a
20, baby.
And you manage to dodge a giant decapitating sized piece of propeller which smashes into the wall and then collapses into rust. And the shield, it seems, has been mangled as well, but it is kicked off to the side and the propellers have been destroyed.
Okay. I'm gonna walk towards the thing and check out the shield. Is it Dunzo?
It's so dented that it's very hard now to control the direction that it's pointing. It's sort of pointing in all odd directions.
Okay. All right.
Is that
I
going
w-
to pass it prove a danger for us as we go past?
I'll
or-
flip it over then, so it's like facing the ground, so the metallic won't.
Make a dexterity check for me. Because you're handling it and you've got metal all over you.
Oh, that's a 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay, 11. What have you got on you that's metal?
Do the darts have metal
Yep.
tips? Okay, them
And his dong piercing.
and the. Surely I've gotten rid of that. Surely. All
You're
have
about to
now.
get
right. I guess my dick is ripped off then.
Just a tip.
My Friezo's chongus
It's no longer.
is from his crotch untimely ripped.
No. So you lose the darts.
The darts and the iron. I think I already left the iron bar.
Wait,
Yeah.
aren't his nipples pierced as well?
Yeah.
Also,
I have
really
not
famously-
chosen any of these
It's
things.
when you're away.
It doesn't matter.
So
the point,
gross.
the
It's
point
canon.
is, Friezo, that anything that you have that is metal and non-magical
Ouch.
at that moment is flung from you and hits the shield, even as you sort of kick it into the corner, and it destroys everything that you've got on you.
Okay.
I think it's such a shame that
oh,
your
does it-
rhyme, his chongus is no longer is wasted.
Does that bust the copper, the snake stuff as well?
No.
No, okay, cool.
It's
Oh,
magical,
it's
so
magical,
it can fight it.
Oh, do you have a magical
Our
dick
pens don't work.
piercing?
No.
Is it a
was
wondrous item?
Nope, that
Very
doesn't work.
normal. Okay, so I've lost my sword.
And so, what do you know? There are
chain-
consequences for taking the shield with you, but you have, however, destroyed the propeller.
Iron bars. Cool. Okay, and the poison darts. Cool.
All right, and you are the first one there, so you can lead the way into the tomb if you want.
Cool,
But
cool.
Now you can see there's a tomb on the other side.
Get me in there, baby.
All right,
Guys, I think it's safe, but leave all your metal behind. And if you have any dick piercings, or basically any genital, actually any piercings, genital or otherwise.
I don't know why I went to genitals.
I would dismantle them And then if you've got any wooden sleepers to keep the holes open, if that's what you're into,
You hear the
probably
voice of
put
Moa
them
in your head. That came right out of your dick. I
I
saw that come out of your dick.
Yes. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I had my dick just ripped clean off.
You didn't.
And
What you
Just tore
did,
the foreskin.
sorry, yeah, the tip of my dick was ripped clean off, and
Does he take any hit points for the dick ripping?
I'd hope
yeah,
so.
you do.
it was
for all of your piercings, you take 2d6 hit points. Worth of damage.
2d6. I've taken.
Oh,
I'm feeling about 60% of where I was before, to be honest. And you know,
But you're
I
now
guess
unpierced.
I guess what I should say to you guys in the future is really think about why you're getting your dick and nipples pierced. Are you doing it because you think it's going to be cool later? Well, let me tell you, it might be cool at the time. It's not that cool, is it? When your chongus is being ripped from tip to toe by a magical shield.
Chungus haven't told.
So that's what he calls the tip.
That's strange, because usually you only have to tell the truth when someone asks you a question. That was sort of just apropos of, you know.
So I got a bit of
boy.
like tomorrow. I say I got a bit of a roll there. I don't know.
All right, Hing. A deep pit opens up at the
boy.
entrance of the tomb with a stone sarcophagus resting at the bottom. A snarling, monkey-like creature decorates the sarcophagus lid. Beyond the pit, you see 3 treasure chests, each on their own stone plinth. The chest on the left is carved of black onyx. The middle chest is made of rusty iron, and the chest on the right is cast of silver and seems to glisten with frost.
Okay.
Ooh, so cold.
Bobby, can we relive those clues, please? Anything
Yes.
left we haven't had a crack at?
The keys turn on the inside only. In darkness it hides might be one. I think we've done the other ones.
Okay, so let's have a look at the chest. Are they locked?
Yeah, is there a lock?
They don't seem to have locks at all. They have hinged semicircular lids, but there's no lock.
Okay.
And is it like high up, or can we just like
They're on the
waist height?
ground?
So you're going to have to just bypass the pit, which is 20 feet deep, but you can sort of step around it, and then they're about a foot off the ground. There's these raised plinths that each have a chest on them, and the
Alright,
pit
how-
is, as I said, down in the pit.
There's
How-
a, there's
how
a
The
sarc-
pit is the sarcophagus is down in the
down in the pit.
Down in the pit is a sarcophagus.
How deep is the pit?
pit. 20 feet.
How deep is your...
Deep or 20 feet across?
20 feet deep and 15 by 15.
Dave. Where the propeller was.
Yep.
Is there anything like to like anchor a rope to in there?
Yeah, there all of the.
I just want to tie a rope and then throw it into the pit. So if we fall into the pit, we can climb out.
Yeah,
of the
there's
pit.
there's rusty brackets that you can still
Okay.
use.
Do
Is
that.
there stone? Is there anything of stone we could tie it to? I'm just worried
The
that
brackets are embedded in stone.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
We
they're
haven't
alright.
left all our stuff behind there because he did manage to get the shield on the ground.
Yeah, being prepared to lose all his own stuff, he's kicked it into the corner. So as long as you step wide around it,
Yeah,
you'll
cool.
be fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
where's the
Right.
tip of my penis now, Dave? Is that
It's turned to rust. I
is
believe.
it rusted? Has the whole...
No, it's probably just lying very near where the shield is.
You can go get it if you want. It's
Don't.
doctors say it's
Do I have
important to take it
Do I,
with
yeah, do you
you.
reckon I have like a little glad bag
You know
with some
what?
ice in it?
You
that I
know
could
what?
Put the tip of my
If- I
penis
reckon
in?
Do you have a water skin?
If you
got
put
a large
it
water skin?
straight back on and bind it and just keep it there is a small medical chance that will reform on its own without
I just
surgical.
kind of think, and I'm sorry, Greg, but I just kind
Actually,
of
hang
think...
on. Sorry, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Your darts were kept in a water skin that was full of poison.
No. I emptied the darts. Sorry, there was 4 darts that
Yep.
were not. They were in the cloth, so they're destroyed, or the middle tips.
Yep.
But the other ones were emptied. The poison was emptied into.
Oh,
the,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it not just rip a kind of gash? Like,
Yeah, it's just a
I
straight
don't
gash.
see any way that it actually removes...
You just need a stitch.
What was the? Well, I actually, because I wasn't there for when you decided I had a chongus piercing. I don't actually. I imagine.
Maybe you should come to these more often.
What was the chongus piercing?
I think we just said we didn't go into
So
detail.
Prince Albert.
Prince
Yeah,
Alfred.
it could be whatever you want.
I think it was that time when we saw there was that picture of you like with the very sharp penis.
You saw him being sacrificed by a Batiri priestess
That's
That's
right.
That's right.
in the House of the Crocodile.
I think
Okay.
it's just right on the end.
Okay,
It goes
so
through
just
the eye.
so
through
the so okay so
So I don't think it's removed anything. I
I've
think
had-
it just...
okay.
Yeah.
Frieza can still
Sorry, Greg.
It'll heal right up.
But you'd still have the hole from the piercing.
fly. Oh.
Yeah.
So you got a fork tongue dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oi.
sort of trying to.
Ooh.
Oi.
Twice as sharp as it
That's good
once
like
for
a
I think
snake,
that's
that's-
good for a warlock and a man with a snake staff.
Because that's what a snake has. A snake has a hemipeenie.
You know, a lot of people pay a lot of money for that procedure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Some
You
people do. That's
You
true.
just got it for free.
No one's
Well.
watching anymore.
So as you said, so as I said, so you tie up a rope
Yep.
and you can use it to very easily swing across to the around the pit if you want to get to the chests,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
into the pit.
Chest.
Okay, you make your way over to the chests, and as I said, they are open. So they seem to be unlocked, but they're hinged.
All right.
So this is Wongo's room.
This I assume so because it has the monkey statue.
Monkey's Wongo.
What's
So
the what's
We've
okay?
got a black one. We've got a
a
rusty
rust
one?
and a silver one.
rusty one.
Can
and
you
a
turn on the
silver
inside
one
silver frosty
covered
one?
My
with frost.
Are you guys familiar with the movie Indiana Jones?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the Last
Penitent
Crusade.
Man.
He's an archaeologist, you see, but he's also an adventurer.
Ah,
And in the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, there comes a moment where he is.
While you're
told-
talking, Grimsby has robbed all the treasure chests.
he's got to pick the cup, like the last
Yeah.
cup that Christ drank out. You know, the famous scene. He goes for and the thing is, you go for the dodgy one.
Because
Yep.
the cup of a carpenter.
Yeah, Now, is Wongo a carpenter? Is that
You can
question.
ask Moa. Moa knows all the gods.
Hey Moa,
Yes.
which of these chests should I take? Bearing in mind, you have to tell me the truth.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Grimsby is like, all right, I'll give this a crack, and goes to the rusty one
Okay.
and flips it open.
All right.
it wasn't even locked.
No, it's not because, as I said, there's no lock. So it flips open, and it's just like a traditional treasure chest. And as it opens up, you can see in the center of the lid of the chest is an intricate lock holding a key that is sitting inside it. And otherwise, the chest appears empty.
Okay, lock open on the inside.
Keys turn on the inside
Okay,
only. Yeah.
he tries to turn the key on the inside.
It's stuck. It doesn't seem to want to move.
So you've
Alright.
got.
I get in the chest
All right.
and then close the thing to see if that works.
Okay.
Is that big enough? To
Yeah,
fit a
they're
man?
big enough for a human.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as you close it, you hear a click inside the mechanism. And as you turn it, the
Hey, I didn't say I turned it. I said I did, didn't I?
You did. As you turn it, it clicks locked, and the chest is locked, and you're inside the chest. And as you do that, one of which you hadn't even noticed in the fresco on the sarcophagus lid, but a rust-colored button emerges on the lid of the sarcophagus.
A button like a
Like a
shirt
Down
button or a
there
press
though,
button?
but
A
down there,
presso.
down in the pit.
Yeah.
We can see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the rumbling.
Anything
goes
happen? Anything happen? I thought it could only lock from the inside, and so I put myself in here,
What was it? Keys turn from the inside.
and then I
Can
turned
you,
it.
Can you click it again? Can you turn the other way?
What? Yep. Okay.
And he turns it, and it unlocks, and he pops his head up outside the chest.
Is the
but
button
as
still there?
the button descends back into the
All right,
fresco.
back in the box, Grimsby.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, I'm
Alright,
gonna,
so 3 of us have to get in boxes.
Rusted iron.
yeah,
So what happened to? Did he look? It was looked because the other one's black onyx.
onyx and
The
silver.
other
All right,
one's
let's do
silver.
this.
All right.
So
Well,
I'll
I'm
get
probably
it-
too big.
I'll get in the silver one
Mhm.
and do what Grimsby did.
I guess
Click.
I'll do the obsidian one.
All right, and so you all
Onyx.
turn your keys, and 3 buttons are now raised: a black onyx button, a metal rusty button, and a cold to the touch silver button are now sitting on.
So
there.
it's just Bass.
Hopefully,
Don,
Baston
and
Filch.
Filch.
Fortunately, the smartest of us are outside.
All right, best
Let's
done.
climb down into this pit.
Let's press the button.
Wait, can I just
There's a lot of
just
Yes.
a word of caution here from someone who's been around the proverbial block a couple of times when it comes to tombs. Tends to be that when you press buttons, bad things might happen. So just a word of caution. We're locked in crates.
Hey, Bobby, what's the bear god say?
Oh,
Checking in with the bear god.
You shouldn't have got in the crate. Why'd you get in the crate? Get out of the crate. Get out of the crate. Get out of the crate. Turn the key.
Yeah,
Get out of the crate.
He's actually very upset that you're in the crate.
yeah, no help here. Do you know of either of these, the rusty, the silver one, or the?
Get out of the crate. That's all he
Um,
says. He just says it over and over and over again.
Hey.
Okay, don't touch the. Do the obsidian button last.
Okay, obviously we'll do the rust one first.
Can
All set?
I just check in with Snake Man? Oh, what's his name again?
You're all
Sorry?
shouting. You're all shouting
Moa?
very loudly now that you're all in the chest.
Moa, what do you know about Wongo?
What do I know about
The
Wongo?
enemies, aren't they?
Wongo is a beast. Wongo is worse to his friends. Wongo lies. Wongo steals. Wongo betrays those who he loves.
All right. Hey, just so you know, we're in the tomb of someone who's wronged my snake friend, who I serve right now, and probably forever. So yeah, I reckon press as many buttons as you want.
Oh, they're not friends.
No,
Wongo hates Moa.
Wongo and Moa are
hate
actually
each
Yeah,
other.
enemies.
but I full disclosure, I also have to say that they do hate each other. There's a lot of bad blood between them, so who knows if the snake is telling me the truth.
I have to tell the truth.
He's telling me the truth from his perspective. But, you know, we live in an age. Truth is obviously...
We're going down now.
Okay.
So who's in the chests?
Me...
Grimsby is in the
Amazing.
rust.
Grimsby.
Yeah, I'm in the silver,
Friezo,
and Bobby's
and
in
Bobby.
the...
Okay, so we climb down the
Onyx.
rope into the pit with the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
All right.
What do we see? I got dark vision. What do I see?
So the room is well enough lit. You're okay. You guys brought torches in with you, and the sarcophagus. It seems to be locked. There seems to be no way to get the sarcophagus lid open, and these 3 buttons sit on the top of it.
Okay, what do you
Alright,
think
We're
first?
gonna press the rust one,
Rust
right?
first?
Baston.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
You press the rust button, and so Grimsby, you feel a sudden pulse of energy through you,
Something's happening.
and then nothing happens.
Nothing's happening.
And then there's a click, and the door of your chest opens, and the chest falls on its side, and you roll out of the chest.
Whoop-de-bloody-doo.
How do you? What happened?
I felt a bit of a jolt and then nothing.
And what's happened to the sarcophagus? Anything?
Just the rust button is depressed.
All right, I'm going to get out of my chest and then put Grimsby in this chest and then get you guys to press the silver one.
Okay, well, you got to talk to You got to talk Grimsby into that.
Oh, and you
Grimsby-
can't lie.
No,
Yeah.
Grimsby, you were obviously the luckiest one to get out of that, all right? Do you want to have another crack at this?
Yes.
Excellent.
No, you'd make a charm test.
All right.
So Grimsby
what
isn't
do I
a
need to
puppet.
Be? What do I need to be?
Oh, look, he's an idiot. 12.
He's hurt his head.
Yeah, 12 is pretty.
That's
So-
it's a 12.
Yep, 12 plus.
12
your-
plus 7 is 19.
Oh, all right. So yeah, all right. He does it.
Yeah.
Press that button!
Okay,
I'll do
I
it
press-
best on.
Okay, yeah,
I
go for
press
it.
it.
So you press the onyx button.
silver
Silver.
Silver button,
silver.
and there is a whoosh of energy, and then suddenly your ice starts to crystallize in your lungs. You find it hard to breathe. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
It's a 4.
All right.
Oy.
Shit. All right, and
If he dies, is it really a problem?
No, but he could turn into a fucking ice monster or some shit.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's true.
Yeah.
and
Why
you
Why don't we get
take
that water to quench his thirst?
12, 15, 22,
Well, he's still rolling.
27, 31, 34, 39 hit points worth of freezing damage. Then the chest
What?
opens, you fall out, and you have... That was 39. You already took some damage before,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was on.
Okay, so... Yeah, and so the chest opens, and Grimsby rolls out, and his body is frozen. And as the chest flips on its hinges and smashes him out, his skull hits the marble and shatters into 1,000 pieces
Oh,
and scatters down the tiles. And so Grimsby Davenport, who has survived so much and trusted you for so long, is dead.
I don't
Yeah, but
believe it.
At least he never got to find out about
Yeah, that's
Friezo's
No one-
betrayal.
He's been dead so many times. Like, he'll be back.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah. I'll get you
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time, old Grimzo. What
Alright.
happened up there?
Nothing. What happened?
Well, it appears that the chest has spat out
Grimsby's dead.
a frozen version of Grimsby,
the
and his
truth.
head has shattered.
Tell what Friezo thinks.
That is what happened. So you saw the chest spit him out and he died.
Okay.
Isn't that true?
Is that... Well, yeah, I guess.
And did it depress this?
Yep, the button is depressed, and just the onyx button remains, and Bobby remains in his box.
Oh, well, rip
Oh.
Bobby.
What are we gonna do?
Bobby, I think
Oh, Boosh would be handy right about now.
you should
Yeah,
get
bushy.
out of the box.
Wait. Can I cast a spell?
Yeah?
You
Okay.
can make it smell bad.
I'm gonna cast spell. Oh god, I can't remember the spells you gave me. Is spell 1 or spell 2?
Yep.
That's all right. You know what they are now.
Protection from
I'm
evil?
gonna cast protection from evil on Bobby.
All right, tell me what spell you're going to cast. 1 or 2?
What's the other one? Stink Cloud. I think
Yeah, one of them stink cloud.
number one was
Because
protection from evil.
Bilge is
One.
a...
It's 1.
All right.
Play it.
You cast protection from good and
Oh
evil.
my god. Oh, wait, I
Not
climb
writing
back
it down,
up, whatever,
Anna.
touching whatever.
On,
All right.
on
One
Bobby.
willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey patrons, and undead.
Pretty good.
So it's creatures, though. It's creature damage.
Creature.
This is more
No,
mechanical
it's like
damage.
a spell.
Yeah.
But it
It's an
protects you
undead
from-
spell.
It's a spell against creatures, though.
Yeah, it probably won't do too much damage. Help against a
All right,
trap.
Bobby, I'm gonna burn a spell slot. Get out of the
Wait.
Get out of the box. I'll burn a spell slot.
Wait. The amulet. The obsidian amulet.
The
That
one
was
you
a-
It's
had.
gold.
The
It's
black
gold.
one.
My
no,
one.
The black one.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a spell power one.
That's a
Is it?
spell.
Because they said you want spell
It was
power.
made of onyx, however.
All right, I'm
was-
gonna. I'm
That's
gonna
mine,
Bobby,
so
get out. I'm
mine-
gonna burn a spell slot.
Oh, okay.
This
Uh,
is very noble.
I'm gonna. Yeah, what was the truth telling bullshit? I'm gonna go in there,
You could just be like, I'm selfish and I'm not doing this.
turn the key.
Yep.
Gaseous form out.
Yep. You
Oh.
fall
Yeah,
out of
and
the
then
hinges.
and then press the
Smart.
Could have done
Yeah.
that with all of them.
But then we wouldn't have gotten rid of Grimsby.
You press the button, there is a whirring and a black thunk sound, and then the chest spits itself open, and at that moment the sarcophagus lid falls to the side.
What do you get any sense of what would have happened in the
It
box?
was a real thunk. It was a thunk noise. It was a very
boy.
heavy chonk.
Chunk. Okay, what's in the sarcophagus? Me look-see.
Inside, you can see the shriveled, mummified form of a Sioux monster, a kind of type of monkey
Yeah.
that is actually lying in repose with its arms crossed, and it is holding what seems to be a mace.
Pick it up.
You do?
Yep.
You're gonna pick it up?
Make a Constitution saving throw. I assume.
No, it's no. The moment you touch it, the monkey snarls and its eyes flick open, and it charges at you and attacks.
Okay.
What?
But you've still got. Don't forget, you've still got protection from good and evil.
Bobby does.
Bobby
But I'm not in the
does.
pit.
No, the only people in the pit at the moment
Alright.
are
Baston and Phil.
Baston
Baston
and
Come
Phil.
at me, little monkey. I'll
it's-
get ya.
So it attacks you first, Baston, and it hits you.
What?
And
I
it
don't
does
even do nothing.
8. Actually, no, you're right. It hits you first, Filge, and you take 8 points of damage.
What did it roll? On a-
Sorry, 19.
19. Whoa. Cop that.
Can I
Copping it, mate.
have an attack of opportunity, seeing as it's just jumped out of nowhere?
No, it's surprised you all, but it's now initiative. So Filge, you get to go first.
I'm angry.
Am I in this
I'm angry
fight
that
right now?
Not yet.
No.
You
I
guys
thought
are
I was going
upstairs.
to get a
Okay, I'm just
monkey
gonna go
friend
to
and
the
it's
toilet real
attacking me. I'm going into a rage.
All right, you go into a rage. Yep. So you can attack it with advantage.
I'm gonna go at it with my flaming morning star.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
First time taking that for a spin.
Yeah.
So you activate it, and
I get advantage, right?
yes, you have advantage, and so you can attack it. Armor class 14.
That's a 16 plus whatever. What do I add?
Yeah, you hit with both.
Yep.
Yeah, hit with both.
Right. So because you've got 2 attacks, don't you? When you're in rage, yeah.
Yeah.
So they both hit. So that's D8 plus 2D6 plus 4.
Do you want me to do the D2D6? Yes.
3
and a 3.
6.
Yep,
So it's
6
8
points.
plus 2. Is it 8 plus 6? 2d6.
Or is it D8?
Oh, I roll
D8.
this twice, right? So that's
Oh, it's a d8 and 2d6.
Yes.
So roll a d8
Is that
now.
a D8?
No, d8 is
4 years, guys.
No, that's
it's
a
hard
D10.
to see. They should
That's a d10.
they should just be color
Has it
coded.
been 4 years?
It's-
Yeah, I was
2.5. I
This
think.
one-
12.
2.5, really?
I don't know.
Feels like 4.
I think I took all the D8s when I
There
did
you go.
that.
There's a d8.
Okay. So I rolled 2d6 and plus a d8.
Yep.
So
That's a
it's
5?
So it's
5.
11 damage.
So that's my first one.
15 damage,
And
and
I'm
then
gonna do it again.
plus strength as well.
Oh goodness.
Yep. So that was 15.
Plus
Yep.
4.
Yep. So
Oh,
roll
yeah.
them again. So it's
So a
2
2,
and
2,
4 is
2 and a
4.
2 on the d6.
12.
Eight
Still trying to
plus-
learn
Yeah,
dice.
so 15 and 12, so 27 damage.
27, and it's 29 because also the bonus damage from being frenzied. So you do 29 points of damage, and it slams back. And the next one is you, Baston.
What's his armor class?
14.
Okay. 1 hit with my longsword, doing 6 points of damage, and then I hit him with my scimitar. Oh, 20! Cha-cha-chang-chang! And that does 10 plus 5 is 15.
Okay, you murder him.
Yeah!
Most of
Murder
that
an
was-
undead god.
Most of that was Filge, I have to say, but he's chopped in half. And a good thing he is too, because just as he's about to attack, you see that his mace has begun to glow. But as he dies, it falls from his hands and it stops glowing again.
Okay, I'll take it.
May I please have
I got
the
it
mace?
first.
You've already got a magical morning star.
It's not magical. I just stole it from that snake guy.
It is magical.
It catches on fire.
Yeah,
That's
but
magic.
that's just its own property.
Also, he has 2 magic weapons.
Yeah, no, I've got 3.
Give me that thing because I lost my sword
Who's
against
touching
the
it?
shield.
Yeah. Also, his penis was very damaged.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
but
did-
then you'll have a monkey and a snake
Okay.
in your head.
Okay.
And
Put
they
your hand,
hate each
guys.
other.
Oh!
On the count of 3.
Oh, I smell a sitcom.
On the count.
On
the count of 3,
Yes.
If you make a dive for the mace, put your hand up. 1, 2, 3. All right, you guys race up. Oppose dexterity checks.
Okay. With the d20.
That's a
That's a
natural
s-
20
that's a
plus
s-
2 dexterity.
That's a
let's
20.
see if I
And
can-
also, Friezo is upstairs because he was a gaseous form. So
That's true.
Filge definitely gets it.
Okay.
Filge, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, saving throw. Good, I've got 0. That's a 9.
9. All right. Suddenly, there is a screeching sound of monkeys you can hear, and the dust coalesces into the form of a monkey that dives forward and slams into you, and you can hear a voice inside you. And also, for the first time ever, you feel a rage and a detest at Hing.
Hey there, Pally. I live in your brain.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh. Hi, I'm Phil.
Living up here rent free.
All right, this is Wongo makes you a bit deranged, but more importantly, Wongo makes you stop valuing your friend's well-being. So that's something that you need to remember. As long as
All of
Wongo,
my friends or just...
all of your friends, but also Wongo hates Moa, and Moa is also present.
Do I hate?
Suddenly, you hate Filge.
Okay.
So this is starting to get the trickster gods, which started being really useful, and now becoming a bit more.
Why'd I die for the stupid mace? I've got enough weapons already.
You were just greedy.
I got greedy.
But you do pick up the mace, and you instantly know through Wongo's help that this is a mace of terror, which means that it's got up to 3 times a day. You can use it to make simple creatures basically frightened and run away from you by activating its power.
I could do that with a normal mace.
That's very true.
That's the Filge special.
You're all right.
But
Oh! Yeah, let's climb with this rope so I can...
it's so counter to Filge's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you're new to this, aren't you?
Yeah, what's the main thing you can do to a friend?
Punch him in the face.
I gotta punch Freezer in the face.
Punch him in the face.
I think it's fair that Filge is allowed to be bad at being mean because Filge just doesn't come to
Okay.
it naturally.
This is a bad draft of Inside Out.
So Filge climbs up the rope and is like, hey, Friezo! Your hair doesn't look as good as normal!
Oh man, I've had such a rough day. The tip of my chongus got ripped off, and now you're making fun of my hair. Oh,
Got him.
And I high-five my own brain.
And you make your way out of the room. Congratulations.
All right.
Great.
So
Oh,
now
at
the
what
last thing
cost?
for us to do is to head to the
Down.
dark well and go down.
So you're going downstairs. Congratulations. You
Down.
have
There are no other rooms, Dave.
not really, unless you wanted to swim upriver. But like I said, that just seemed to be like long and windy.
Yeah.
Nah,
let's go
we've already
down.
been wet today.
All right.
Great. Well, and as you know, assuming you didn't miss a secret one. All right. Well, congratulations. You've bested the rotten holes, or at least given up on them, and you make your way down another level, further into the Tomb of Annihilation. As you make your way across down the steps for the first time, you suddenly spot something, Bobby, which is a hunched figure who glares up at you from a balcony, 2 balconies down.
A
And-
thirsty man, perhaps.
I've been waiting for the water skin for so many years.
He's wrapped head to toe in rags, but even you can see from little areas where his fingers and his neck protrude that his skin is albino white, and his face is a mask with which is a snarling demon with its mouth open, which his eyes peek out of. It's the same mask that you've seen a few times through the tomb, and he's holding what seems to be a spanner. And without saying a word, he looks at you and then ducks out of sight. And when you peer around, he seems to have just vanished into thin air.
A man with a spanner.
A dwarf, little
A
dwarf.
dwarf.
Other than that, you don't see anything as you guys make your way down the steps.
Huh.
Nobody else sees it, just you, Bobby. And I guess Obalaka.
Obalaka, any read on this dude?
Yeah, he seems dangerous.
You say that about everyone. Oh, can the trickster gods talk to each other? No.
No, you guys can convey conversations if you want.
He's dangerous but useful, I think.
Right. Okay, guys. I just saw somebody sneak around the corner here, and they seem to have disappeared. Let's do a check to see if there's any secret doors. At the very least, if there's somebody else down here.
You'd have to go down 2 levels to do that. You'd have to go down to level 3.
Oh, he's a level further down.
Yeah, you
right,
just
right,
saw a
right.
balcony.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to skip ahead, but like,
You're allowed to do what you
if
want.
the ultimate, I reckon the further down we go, the juicier the prize, as they say. As my mother always used to say. Oh boy. I think, and if there's somebody else down here, he might have like ransacked the rest of the level. So we may
Should
as
we
well
follow
go
that
down.
guy?
Let's follow that guy.
Yep.
And head down to where he was.
Yeah,
and sort
yeah,
of
let's
see if
go
we
down.
Okay, so you head down on the second level. You can see again corridors leading off to the north, east, west, and south. But you keep going down another level. And as you work your way down to the third level, you've
So we're following him down to the 3rd level? Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
all right. You find yourself at the balcony, and as far as you can tell, it seems like there's you can't. As you follow the balcony around, you eventually find the area. It's actually on the bottom lip of the second level. It's not down the final staircase. You
Because presumably down that final area is a very angry skull monster.
no, there's more. It keeps going down. You see what seems to be a polished wall.
Okay.
Get that lantern on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that. I'm gonna go down and point my lantern at it.
All right, you point your lantern at it, and it discovers, as you point it up and down, you can see it becomes transparent, and you can see stone coasters at the top and bottom of it that would let it slide into the rock.
A sliding door, which also keeps your table free of marks.
What?
Nothing.
Coasters.
I'm
So
sorry.
you found another secret door.
Okay, there's not. Okay, it's not. It's okay. If I put my hand on it, will it slide open?
Yep, putting your hand on it, you realize that with very little effort, you can slide it open almost noiselessly as it slides into the wall. However, it's taken you a while, obviously, to get down these steps.
Yep.
The room seems to be empty. It's a small, squat 10 by 10 room that has a shallow basin in it
A room with a shallow basin.
that seems to have a dark liquid in
How
it.
much time has passed?
I'd say to get down the steps, it probably took you guys a few minutes.
A few minutes. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like far.
So this person has passed through here in the space of 2 minutes.
And it's a dead end room, as I said. It's just after the secret door, it's just a 10 by 10 room with a basin in it.
With a dark liquid in it.
And there's nothing on the walls.
They're rock walls.
Okay. I'm going to get...
Do we
oh,
recognize the liquid?
It's just smoky black.
Does it smell like
Smoky
oil?
black.
Are you going to investigate it?
Does it smell like oil? Oh, right. Yes.
All right. Don't need to roll. As soon as you put your hand near the liquid freezer, the water begins to swirl and a strange light emanates from it, and you start to see an image that's beginning to take place.
All right. I'm gonna lock eyes with the image. What's going on?
Okay.
Do we all see this or just
No,
Friezo?
just Friezo.
Just
So
Friezo.
this is just for you, Friezo. So you see, it takes you a while to notice because it's suddenly what you're seeing is very sharp black and white images, but you feel a thudding certainty as the image sort of moves and moves and moves, and it starts to sort of project forward, and you realize that you're seeing a tunnel through the perspective of another creature that is wearing some kind of helmet with a very thin slit in it.
Perhaps the dwarf from before, or the eyes do not match up.
No,
the
he
mask?
was looking through no, not
Okay,
at all.
so it's different.
Through the
Okay.
mouth.
Okay.
And it's moving, and by the movement, you feel a real sort of heaviness as it
Got it.
seems to walk down a corridor.
Can I hear the steps? Like, do I feel like it's coming towards us now?
All you can hear is just the thump of its feet. So yeah, you can as you see its journey.
And do I know if I'm hearing that in the vision or if I'm hearing that in real life?
You don't know.
You hear it in black and white, so you can discern.
Yeah, the problem is there's no diegetic v non-diegetic sound in this particular portal.
It's one of its hands swings into view as it passes around a corner, and you can see that its hands are draped in chains and lockboxes and are locked into gauntlets. It seems like it's wearing full plate armor. Whoever this is.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, let's get Baston to check the rest of the room for secret doors.
Okay, so you emerge from the pool
Yep.
and tell people what you saw, and as you search, you discover that there's a secret door on the other side as well.
There is a secret door. Okay.
Probably didn't see anything. Probably just looked at your own dumb face.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly just use.
Good stuff, Filch. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
good.
got him. Now you're getting it, kid.
I'm gonna quickly use Mask of Many Faces and pretend to be Dilge for a bit. No, not Dilge. Who's someone she likes?
Again, she'll see you change. Are you going to do something for a bit?
no, I'll wait till she's, who's a good person for me to turn into for a bit? Filch. I'm going to turn into Filch. Let's see what happens.
Okay. You turn into Filch the moment Filch turns away, and Filch turns around and sees herself.
Do I still have the feeling of hate towards Frieza?
You actually don't like this Filch.
But wouldn't you? Wouldn't she?
it's your
Isn't
friends.
Filch dumb enough that she wouldn't
Yeah, but Wongo might not be.
realize?
It's still got Wongo in it and Moa in it, and Wongo
all right,
can
all right, don't worry. I
She
changed back
says-
into Frieza then.
Huh. That was a dumb trick, you big idiot.
Yeah, I know, I hate myself. Don't worry.
I don't
I
like this.
I slide the secret.
We were playing so well together before as well.
Well, don't forget that these shades seem to be connected to these items. So if you're willing to give up the items, you can potentially free yourself from the
You-
shades.
Oh, you want
Gi-
this mace?
Give Frieza the item and just let him spiral into
Yeah.
self-hatred.
I'm a little boy pissed his pants, and now I can't even do that because my dong got ripped off.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the mace because it would make him hate himself.
Oh
And also,
no!
the terror mace is useless to me. I can scare small
Make
animals.
a charisma saving throw. 'Cause,
Hey, I got a present for
Wongo
you,
doesn't wanna
Frieza,
go.
you big dildo.
It's a 6.
I got a
Wongo
6.
won't let you go right
Oh,
now.
come on.
You'll need to rest. He's going to stay with you for another day.
Not getting away with this easy, kid. Ha cha
I
cha.
really don't want to have them.
I open the other door,
All right.
You can refuse
the other
it as
secret
well.
door.
I'll have to make a roll.
Leading down, you can see a corridor that leads further into the west that has it's bisected halfway down the corridor with corridors leading off and a door at the very end.
You think more traps?
I mean,
Oh wait,
likely.
so it's a corridor and there's two. It's bisected by another corridor.
Yep.
And there's another door at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are actually mundane torches along this. So a lot of the rest of the dungeon looked very like spooky and designed intentionally as a dungeon. This area seems a bit more workmanlike, to be honest. There are torches that are well maintained and have oil in them, just mundane ones. And the whole area looks like it has quite a bit of traffic in it.
Did we see what the dwarf was wearing when he ran away?
He was covered in sheet. He was covered in like bandages and stuff.
Bandages and rags, yeah.
Right. Do we think he's one of those explorers from before?
I don't know. I think he's very pale. I think
Blackguard types?
There's every chance that because these are secret passages and they look well traveled, that they're kind of like service passages, right? Like they're not intended to be part
So
of
if this
the.
is a theme park, he could be a carny.
Yes. We're
He's
in
or
the
just an employee.
we're in the backstage. We're in the bowels of the theater.
He's like the Phantom of the Opera, but for the dungeon.
Dungeon.
So straight ahead, the door to the left, as you go past it, you realize it's a spiral staircase going further down, and to the right there is a 10-foot corridor with another door.
Let's go to the closest one.
Okay.
Okay, so listening into that door, you hear what sounds of metal on metal, and the sounds of sort of quiet industry.
Clang,
You hear
clang,
like.
You don't.
Slowly, softly, tremulous and tender.
And then some stuff from Cats.
Yeah,
Just
a bit of cat's gear.
And then Starlight Express.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a regular kind of door with a knob.
Yeah, it's just a workman's door.
Okay, so Bobby, I make eyes with Bobby, and I'm like,
And
and I kick the door down.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. You kick the door off its hinges and you see a couple of things at the same time. Firstly, there are low benches everywhere with tools, and all of these tools seem sharp and wicked, but also practical. The benches are covered in chains, bits of armor, winches for tightening and locking things together. This is a sort of inventor's mad workshop, and half-made traps everywhere. There are darts and spears and spikes and levers all laid out on workshops.
We are backstage.
At the far end of the room, there is a giant Iron Maiden, and there are two.
I actually don't know what an Iron Maiden is.
It's a kind of medieval. It's like a sarcophagus, a metal
It's
sarcophagus.
like
Spikes
It's
on
got
the
spike
inside.
boys on the inside.
Oh, it's a chokey.
You know in the Jetsons,
Oh, wait.
Rosie?
Wait.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks like.
That's a pretty good joke, you guys. Come on.
No, you know the chokey? It's kind of like the
The
chokey,
chokey,
but
I've
it
heard
kills
that.
you.
I
Spikes on the
reckon Iron
inside.
Maiden does
Okay.
look a bit like Rosie, if you think about it.
Sure.
I was making a joke though.
Maybe Rosie's got a guy inside, but
Oi.
Oh, woman, it's 2035.
That was the year 2000, I believe.
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
think it was depressingly.
So there is a metal
Accurate.
There is a
And
metal.
funnily enough, the Flintstones is set in 1942.
There is a metal sarcophagus, and there are three dwarves clad in rags wearing the masks that are attending it. And one of them, as you kick the door down, has just pulled a lever and black hot oil is sluicing out of the sarcophagus as it's being drained. And as you smash the door down, the three of them spin around. One of them points at you and the other two unsling bows that are sitting beside them.
That was our best door.
And they attack.
Wait, no. Surely I have the element.
You
of
do. You get to go
surprise.
first. This
I'm
is
gonna.
a surprise.
I'm just charging in and just attacking them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's about 50 feet away. They're quite far away.
Oh,
from
that
you.
seems far. Okay, I'm gonna duck back outside.
Okay.
Boy.
Yes, that's your whole action?
Yep. Just
Duck back out the door?
We'll out because they've got bows, right?
Yeah, they do.
So as they're pulling their bows out, or is there somewhere in the room that I could like duck behind?
You could duck behind it. Yeah.
Could I tip over a table?
You could run over to a table. and-
Saloon fight. Yes. Okay. Great. I
Okay.
tip over a table.
You run 30 feet in, you tip over a table, and you hide behind it. Bobby, you're next.
Do I have time to follow Baston in without? Will I? Am
This
I,
is
like,
your
behind?
you're part of the surprise round. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Only you two, because you guys were doing the eye signals.
So I'm going to pop up. I'm going to duck out from the side of the table, and with my crossbow.
Your hand crossbow. You
your
know
hand
one.
crossbow.
Yep.
I'm going to fire a bolt at one of the bowmen.
Armor class 14. Go for it.
Blup,
Yep.
blup, blup.
Jesus.
every time.
That's an 8.
All right.
Nah.
What's
8
your?
plus
Don't you
your-
have an attack bonus?
Plus
Plus, where's my? Sorry,
Bow.
crossbow. Plus 7. Yes.
So it's
15.
15.
15. Yeah, it hits.
Hit,
Okay.
hit, hit.
So let's remember that was a
Did
D8
Yep.
plus 6.
That's a 7.
7. Oh, great. So you do 7 points of damage.
Yep.
Excellent. So you get behind it with the table and you fire across your crossbow. Next one up is Friezo.
I didn't realize I'd come along, so I'm gonna put my head back in the bowl and see if anything's changed.
Okay. Cool. So you get your head back into the bowl, and for your action, you see the figure walking, and then you suddenly feel it jerk, and its head looks right down another corridor, and it stops going where it's going, and it starts walking down this
Can
new
I
corridor.
control this figure at all?
No, you can only see through its
Okay,
eyes.
cool. I'm gonna stay in the thing.
Excellent. Next up is our two bowmen, and they attack you, and the 18 will hit even with, what's your armor class? Baston?
13.
13, yeah. Oh, then in that case,
But I'm behind
through
a
a
table,
table,
yeah,
yo.
so the 15,
I'm behind a table.
yeah, sure, they roll a 15 and an 18 though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but I'm
also. Have you
behind
still
a
got? Are you still being
table.
protected?
I'm sorry.
How long
No,
does that last?
it's
Oh, yeah.
Bobby's still got
Yeah,
that.
Bobby's still got protection.
Yes, that's
He
good.
hasn't been attacked
Don't
yet,
forget
yeah.
that.
What's the point of being behind a table if it's not arrow proof?
I know that seems.
No,
What's the armor class of
if
the
you're,
table?
oh, you didn't attack this turn, did
No,
you?
and I don't have any
You're
ranged weapons, so,
you're
I'm
totally behind
yeah,
it.
I'm like hidden. I'm waiting for them to come to
All
me.
right.
Basically.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that it has a 2+. Just roll 2 pluses on those. Chance of negating.
Yep.
Yep, great. All right.
Negated.
Both of them thunk into spaces where you are, but the table protects you. And the next one up, the other one unslings a battle axe and he runs towards the table and he'll get to you next turn. And Phil, you're next.
Slice them up.
Can I have a go with my terror mace? Because they're small creatures, aren't they? These gobbies.
They are. They look.
They're
they look-
dwarves,
They're
please.
dwarves. Please don't call them goblins.
They look. They don't look necessarily alive. They're, as I said, their skin is alabaster white,
Oh,
and
they're
their faces
zombos.
are kind of rotted.
So when I said that thing before, they probably didn't speak.
Oh, so Wongo, will this terror mace work on these little fellas?
Yeah, of course. Best in the biz.
It absolutely won't.
He's
He's
always
a liar.
lies.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really? So I don't even get help from the stupid
You have
monkey?
you didn't luck out, and I apologize, Ben. That was very well done. Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
All right. Well, I run screaming at one of the closest dwarf, being like, "Ha!
All right.
Scram!"
You activate the Terra Mace, which doesn't do anything except be a mace and have the properties of a mace.
All right.
So that still is something. So
So
you
roll an attack.
yep, make an attack. 3. All right, you don't. It doesn't do anything. But you lock. You get into battle and you lock battle with the white with the battle axe
I
in the
just
center.
waggle a mace at someone.
Can I delay my action so that
Yeah.
I get attack when the battle axe boy gets to me?
He's in range now. You could run in and attack him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
All right, go at it.
Woohoo! So many attacks. Attack him with my long sword. I miss both times. I attack with my scimitar. I hit both times. Do that. One is the 11 damage and 7 damage. 18 damage.
All right, very well done. It's still alive, however, and the next one up is a Bobby.
I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna get my. Are the bowmen in there staying the same space?
Yep, they're standing next to the sarcophagus, which is rapidly running out of oil.
Have both of them had a go?
Yeah, they both shot.
Okay.
But they both shot at Bobby. At Baston.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm going to. Sorry, and you say there's oil on the ground?
Yeah, it's sluicing oil out of the holes in the what looks like the Iron Maiden. So it's
I'm-
like something is draining.
Okay. I'm going to. Do I have my torch with me?
Yeah.
Probably. I'm gonna chuck it at the oil.
Okay, great. Make a dexterity attack for me.
That's an
8
8 plus. What is that?
He's got good decks.
Let's 16. Yeah,
Okay.
that's enough. Okay, so you do a low throw, and the oil it lands in the oil, and it starts to burn on the floor and timbers of the dais. It doesn't explode because it's just oil and air, but the room starts to be on fire. And the next one up is you, Friezo.
I'm gonna. What have I seen? Is he still coming?
He's moving as he comes around the corridor, and you see him as he walks forward, and he comes to a new corridor and turns left, and he can see a figure of a man and a halfling hidden behind a table as he's moving into the room.
So I'm gonna run down to the room then.
All right, as you
You're going to run
burst-
into him, though,
you
right?
burst your head out, you can see there is a figure in plate armor, huge and tall and covered in chains, that has just arrived up past the staircase and is bearing down on Bobby and Baston, who haven't noticed it
Does
yet.
he have
And
a
me
weapon?
too?
Yes, yeah,
You're
but you'll
deeper in
look
the room.
further into the room.
Does he have a weapon at all?
Yeah, he has a big greatsword.
I am
A great big sword.
going
Yes, thank you very much.
to.
A greatsword's a type of sword.
Is
Yeah.
it, so
No.
how close is he to Bobby and Baston?
He's about 15 feet away from them.
All right, then I am going to fireball him.
What's the radius of a fireball?
It is 20 foot, but I'm going to hit him, and I'll hopefully hit him and won't.
Oh, I see, because
It'll be
you're
20
not
foot back
close
this
to
way.
him. Yeah. All right. So you
Um,
fire a fireball?
Yes, and I'm
Great.
going to use a third spell slot, so it is
Great, roll the dice.
8d6. Oh,
What's interesting about if I could do a bit of side commentary here.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Friezo having to tell the truth is that there's nothing about having to tell the truth that makes you brave or noble, and yet that's exactly what he's become. So when he becomes true to himself,
no, because I probably would have let the guy kill Filge, but it's
Yeah, he
Bobby
hates
and
me.
Bobby and Baston.
yeah. No, I just mean I think it's nice and
Trying to say a
revealing.
nice thing.
Yeah, I was trying to say a nice thing that even though you're not compelled to be brave, just
I'm
because
not
you
gonna
have
let
to
them
tell
die
the
if you
truth.
want.
No, that's good.
Is this the monkey talking to me? I mean, is this the snake talking to me? Oh yeah, maybe I should let them die.
No, just fucking roll the
No.
dice.
Sorry, okay, so it's 3, 7, 9, 10,
15.
13, 15, 18, 19, 25, 30.
30. All right, you do 30 points of
Good
damage,
maths.
and it staggers back, and you realize that it's actually takes even more damage than that because there's oil dripping in the joints between its armor
All right.
as it staggers back and roars in pain, but it
And-
is not defeated
And
yet.
that noise would have alerted them. That
You
there's
guys
a
spin
monster
around
behind
and you
them.
realize there's another monster bearing down on you.
There's like a suit of armor that's on fire.
It seems
with
like
a huge
Yeah.
sword.
yeah, and he's like 6 foot tall. He's kind of like the baddie in Game of Thrones that was Gregor Samson.
He was
No.
taller than 6 feet tall, but yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
How
yeah.
tall is
Sev-
this monster?
no, this is like 7 feet tall. I'm terrible at Imperial. This is tall. This thing.
So same as me.
Same as Filch, yeah.
Yeah. Same as Filch.
Not
Um,
Build size.
And I was going to say, if Alex is 7 feet tall, then I do not understand Imperial at all. Alex, you're next.
Do I see this monster?
Yep, but you're still locked blows with this quite injured tomb dwarf.
All right. Well, I'll just like pick up the tuned off and smash it to the side, and then I'll just smash it up against a wall or something. Get out of the way.
Attacking it with your Morningstar?
Hmm?
Or
no,
your Mace
just
of Terror?
picking him up and chucking him
Okay,
against
cool.
a wall.
All right, make a strength check. Opposed.
It's a
It's a
20.
2. All right. Filge picks up the tomb dwarf, who is in sort of protestation and anger, sort of starts to wriggle, and you throw him into the bit of the room that's on fire.
Oh, I was just gonna do it against a wall, but
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
But that's a great idea.
No, that's
Thank
fine.
you.
Up against the wall, and it does 8 points of damage to him, and he crumples down on the ground, and he goes prone. And
Okay,
now,
but not
do you
dead.
want to now run at the other monster?
Mhm.
And you run towards the other monster. That's your attack. And then the other two bowmen attack. And this time they shoot at Filge because Filge is out in the open, and one of them does hit you, Filge, and it does 9 points of damage.
Okie doke.
And then the other one with the battle axe also attacks
How
you,
are you
Filge.
doing?
And it hits. What's your armor class, Filge?
16.
16. All right. It only hits you once, but it does hit you another time, and this time it hits you for another 12 points of damage.
Whoa.
How are you going?
I'm not as well as I was before. I think I'm down to 21.
Cool. And at the end of the second round of combat, the oil that was sluicing out the fire starts to really rage out of control at the end of the room, but the Iron Maiden opens as the oil drains out, and a figure, you see a gauntlet-figured hand reach the outside, and another one of these sort of armored horrors emerges, and you realize this workshop is where they build them, and they've just completed building another one. And it doesn't have a weapon at the moment, but it looks around confused, and then it roars in pain as it notices the fire
So it's
all
a
around it.
baby.
It's a baby. It's a dead baby.
Does it need a voice?
Go on.
Me want a weapon.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, kill that one first.
Baston, you're up.
I'm still fighting this dwarf with an axe, so I'm going to attack him.
He's on the ground. It's double.
I'm the best.
Double
double
20.
Two doubles with my sword.
Oh
so
my god.
so
No,
nine-
don't
Just-
embarrass yourself. You completely eviscerate him as he goes. The mask is cut in half. He goes into 6 or 7 discrete pieces.
and I write my name in his chest.
Yeah.
So-
And he stays together very briefly.
Just
and
like
then
Zorro.
goes,
And he's down. Well done, Baston. And you've still got your movement if you want to move somewhere else in the room.
Or you can do a little dance.
Or you can do a little dance.
I'm going to try and move towards the new emerging one to stop him getting a weapon.
Okay, you race and you towards it because you can see now a battle axe that has obviously been left there for it.
My intention is I'm starting the run up for a fly kick.
Yep, and so you race towards it. Great, Bobby, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna make a dash towards him as well.
Yep, you can get to the battle axe if you want.
Yep, and I'll just can I grab it?
You can. It's very heavy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just try and get it away from him as quickly as
So you're
possible.
gonna kick it away.
Yeah.
All right. So you kick it out of his hand. Make it for me just a strength check to see how far you can get it.
That's a 5 plus
-1.
Oh boy.
That's a 4. All right.
But he can't grab it.
You can
at the
shield it with your body, but you can't really kick it off the
Okay.
table because it's big. It's bigger than Bobby.
Right.
And then I'll let you if you want. That's your move action. You can still do something if you want.
I am going to cast color spray.
Yep.
Which is a blinding thing. I'm gonna spray it at this new metal dude.
All right. So you're gonna cast it. Yep. So I think it needs to make a DC check against you. So you fire it in a 15-foot cone, and
I've never used this before. It is baffling.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. We should know how to do this. No. There's no save. It's just 66 worth of monsters. So that's
Do you need more D6?
66 or 60-10?
No, you don't need to roll anything. I just need to. This is the first time we've used that spell.
Dave gave me the spell, and I've avoided it because I didn't understand it. But now,
So if we
I
roll
kind of
66,
understand.
is that how many levels of
60.
monster?
No,
10.
that's not how it works. Just
okay.
give me a
That's
second.
not how it works.
Vamp.
68. All right, excellent. It's just enough. So, oh fuck, no, it's not. Oh my god.
What do you
I'm
need
the
to know?
best dungeon master on
Page
the Twitch channel.
222. As he sprays the color, Baston does a flip, kicks off one wall, kicks off the other, does another flip, and fly kicks the head of the thing clean off cannon.
He he roars in pain, but he's not blinded. So that gives you an idea of how strong it is. As he
nutsacks.
staggers back a step, sweeping his hand, trying to reach for the axe that isn't there, and then the next one is our axe friend is dead, and the other two drop their bows now that you've gotten so close and pull out their own short, stout knives, and they go for you, Bobby, because you're nearby. What's your armor class?
18 at the moment.
You're fine. They
suck.
they both suck. So they miss and
Bobby's
miss
so
you.
armored.
I got a
Protection.
I got a couple of necklaces and whatnot. Yeah.
Um,
I got a ring. I got a necklace.
Frieza, you're up.
How damaged is Mr. Oil feeling right now?
Look, he's surprisingly. You did what? 40 points of damage to
I
him.
think it was 30 something. Yeah.
30
The first oily boy or the second oily boy?
The first Oily Boy, the original, the OG Oily Boy.
Yeah.
Oily Boy 1.0.
Yeah.
Is
Not
he,
the baby.
he did.
Not the
I did
little
30 plus
boy.
whatever burning damage you
and
added to that.
as I said, there was bonus damage on that as well, but he
Yeah.
still only looks about half dead.
Does Oily Boy? Is he full of oil? And does that oil continue to burn?
Yes.
Yeah. So and
Right.
I've already
So he's a
accounted
flaming
for that.
oily boy.
All right.
It's not burning; it's smoldering. His armor's
Right.
smoldering.
I'm
Okay.
gonna Eldritch Blast him then. Oops, sorry. So that's 15 plus my spell attack, which is 7, is 22.
Yep,
Does
that'll
that
do it.
hit? Okay, so then I need to make
I'm a class 17.
D10. Oh no, 2 D10 because I'm 5th level. All right. Sorry, where's the D10? All right, so I do 5 and 5 damage, so 10 more damage to him.
10 more damage. Yep. Okay. Cool. He's hurting, but he's okay. Filge.
Does this creature breathe?
No. It looks in fact like he's very very dead.
Oh, okay, cool.
They all look undead.
All right, I'm gonna run up to him and attack his face with my flaming morning star.
Great. Make your attacks.
Seems like he'd have a 5 vulnerability too, because of all that oil, unless it's burned off.
No, he does. That's what I'm saying. I'm
I wish.
accounting
Can
for
I
that.
go into? Can I just? I just remembered I was a little bit mad about.
what were you mad about?
something. Those dumb little gobbies getting me so bad.
All right. Great. You have advantage.
Yes.
You've gone into a rage.
Also, you've got snake madness.
Yeah.
Ah, we hate that
Monkey
Frieza so
madness.
much.
I hate
Madness.
Frieza, and he did such a good job hurting that guy.
You let him upstage ya.
All right, so that was a 13 and 1 plus my strength, right?
Yep. A 13, no, plus your strength, plus your full attack, so plus 7.
That's 20.
20.
Yeah.
It hits.
20. Yep. So,
di-
one
what-
hits.
so what's the?
You get another attack because you're in frenzy.
Yep. And I got a.
Yes, plus 7.
18, they
Yeah,
both
that
hit.
hits, so they both hit. So how did she do the? Is it 1d8 and 2d6?
That's right. Plus, and then you add 5 to it.
So 4,
that's-
6, 11 plus 5
That's
is
what I said,
16.
16.
16.
And again?
Yeah.
And
counting.
that's
Go,
5,
go, you
6,
can do
6,
it.
11.
Nice.
Plus
All right.
5 is 16.
16.
16. 32 points of damage. All right. You hit him with 32 points of damage. He roars back in pain. For the second time you used fire, and you can tell that these things hate fire, as it sort of reaches back and it's now well on fire, and it's still standing. But this is something you guys have done like 70 points of damage, and it's looking close to dead, but it's still up and flailing around with its sword, and it tries to attack you now, Filge, but it has disadvantage because of all of the pain. It rolls a 10 plus 7. What's your armor class?
16.
16. All right, and it hits you. And this deals.
Some damage.
All right, 18 points of damage.
Holy shit.
As it hits you with its sword.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, caramba.
Hachi machi.
All right. And that's with disadvantage. So these things are so powerful, and there's 2 of them in the room. The other one, however, doesn't have a weapon, lunges at you, Bobby, to try and get it, but it is also, the fire is giving it disadvantage as well, and it rolls a 1. So it falls down, and it's grasping, trying to get out of the fire. In fact, the fire damages it, and it takes 12 points of damage.
I'm on fire.
I hate that
well,
so
you
much!
said I could do it.
Oh, all right. Next one up is you, Baston.
I want to pry its head off with a crowbar.
The one on the ground, that just,
Yeah.
the new one?
Yeah,
The baby?
yeah,
All right, so you
You want to
would take the helmet off.
yeah. I want to
wanna
get its
pry
pull its
baby's
head
head
off.
off.
As I said, they're
You gotta
covered
get
in
so close to
they're
do
covered
that.
in locks and chains. Everything is chained together because
Oh.
they get
Do I have any
encased in
lockpicks?
metal inside the sarcophagus. Yeah,
They
Bobby
get-
has
They
lockpicks.
encased in metal, so it's gonna be hard for me to get his head off.
Yeah, probably. They're like walking suits of armor. And in fact, now that you've seen one damage, they look like they have flesh golems inside them.
Oh, it's an armored flesh golem.
That's right.
I'm just gonna. Can I just?
I like that he only tells Eden that because Eden's the only one who knows what that means.
like, oh, an
I
arm.
wanna-
An armored flesh goblin.
So
oh.
he's down on the.
An armored
Well, that'll
flesh
change.
goblin.
Is he on his back or
Wait,
on his
that's not
front?
what it is.
No, it's a
Golem.
golem.
Is he on his back or his front, Dave?
He's lying on his back like a turtle.
I wanna pick up the really big axe, and I want to use all my attacks just to like try and decapitate
You're going to try and do a
him.
coup de grace?
Yep.
All right, make a dexterity. His giant
What the fuck's
double...
a coup de grace?
His giant double-headed battle axe is on the ground, and he's sort of wrestling with Bobby, so I'll allow you to do it.
Okay.
But you,
How dexterous are these guys? Are they
Get out of the
kinda
way,
like clanky
Bobo.
or-
on fire, they're very not dexterous.
Here I go.
Like most things.
I would say I'd become more dexterous when I'm on fire.
14,
Just
20,
flailing
that'll
around
do
a
it.
bit.
Yep.
Okay, you hit it, and you do a massive attack right on its helmet, and you sort of crush its head.
Yeah.
And it sort of blinks, looks, tries to get up, and the helmet falls open, and half of its head is kind of gone, but it's still animated, and it's
I'm
moving
gonna use
around.
my action surge and hit him again.
Okay.
Just do exact same thing. Be like, well, didn't quite chop his head. I'm gonna And I miss.
6.
The
What a
difficult second
waste.
album.
You still.
Any taunts from the baby?
You're so stupid.
Oh,
Alright,
that'll
I'm
cut
not.
him. That'll cut him.
What's your
I
strength bonus?
promise you I'm not.
+3.
I'm very
Alright, cool.
intelligent, man.
You still do 27 points of damage, so it's not that bad. And the next up is you.
So is it his helmet is completely off?
Yes, that's
the
correct.
baby's helmets.
The
Yeah,
baby-
baby's helmet's still off. So I could see its neck.
Yes.
I'm gonna chop its head off with my
Um,
sword.
All right, you're going to. Yep. Again, its head has been crushed and it's still moving, and it doesn't seem to use its head
I'll
very
chop
much.
its dick off. Chop its flesh golem dick off.
If only we still had that
That
fucking
sword,
shield.
yeah.
shield anyway.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd
that
be
would be
helpful.
heaps good.
We could
Wow.
go out and get it.
No, I don't want
Nah.
to risk it. I've once bitten, twice shy.
I'm gonna do it. Removing the head and all
Yep,
that.
great.
Get in, chop him up.
That's a 20.
Oh my god.
Fucking 20. All right.
Hi, yeah.
Critical. Because it's disadvantage, you get sneak attack as well. So,
Oh, it's
More
1d6
yep.
for a sword.
So it's going to be double that. So it's 2d6.
That's a 6.
Yeah, one
and
up.
5 is
11.
11. Add to that 8 is 19, and then add to that 4d6 more for your sneak attacks.
Whoa.
It's a sneaky boy.
Oops.
9,
5,
10,
4.
11.
6.
17. All right, so
36, is it? 19 and 17?
19 and 17 is
36.
36. So it's reeling, it's hurt. It's not as badly hurt as the other one, but they're both incredibly damaged. And the next up is our 2 swordsmen who you've kind of forgotten about while fighting the bigger things. But they're shit. One of them hits you, and it's going to be hit you now, Bobby, because you're up there fighting with them. And he hits you with his weapon, and it does 8 points of damage. So it's not that bad. And then the next one is Friezo.
All right, I'm going to do another Eldritch Blast cantrip at the
Really
oily boy.
saving your good spells, aren't you?
No, I've used my spell slots. I
Oh,
did
really?
Gaseous form and I did Fireball.
Mm.
That it, baby. 9 plus 7 is 16. Does that hit?
16 will not hit.
Ah.
Impacts on the armor, unfortunately. And then the next is you, Filge.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, can I get rid of Wongo? Can I have another go getting rid of Wongo?
Not today.
Not today, unfortunately, no. So you've
You can only do one.
once per day.
Ugh.
So you've got the unless someone cast like a spell that would get rid of him.
Also, she's angry, right? Phil
yeah,
is
just
angry.
you still got your fire mace. That did heaps of damage.
Yeah, all right. I'll keep going with that guy,
Okay, so you're
and I'm gonna hit him in the nuts.
okay. You hit the flesh golem.
Wait, I'm only doing one.
Aren't you mad?
Am I still mad?
Yeah, yeah.
Rage
you
lasts,
just-
doesn't it?
Rage-
Oh yeah, mad. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's smack. It's
Yep.
16 plus 7 is like 23.
Okay, it's 23 points. So that's
these again.
Yep. I know.
All right, add them up.
Yeah, I will. That is
maths,
5.
maths,
Nine.
maths,
No,
maths,
16
maths.
plus 5. Is it plus 5?
Yep.
21.
Nice.
21 points of damage, and thunk, it goes into, I guess, his nuts or whatever.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
Tomb Guardian goes down for good. However, as he goes down, suddenly you look up and you realize that the rest of the Tomb Guardian, like the other Tomb Guardian and the 2 Tomb Dwarves, and now have a beeline towards you,
Doesn't the
Filge.
other Tomb Guardian have his head chopped off?
Yeah, but he's still like.
Oh, what a jerk.
He's ambling around.
Still ambling around.
Can I just point out as a character point? Friezo, obviously disliking whatever Filge does, and also seeing this Tomb Guardian get hit in the nuts and relating to that on a really visceral level.
Yeah.
He just sort of a single tear rolls down.
Ah, nice, very nice. And so
Filch sees that and goes, cry, baby.
the flesh golem gets up. Bobby, you're on top of him, and oppose strength check with me. Beat 24.
Seems unlikely.
Minus. Yeah.
It bull rushes through you to get out of the fire and to face off Filge, the one who just killed his brother, and then he attacks you, Filge, with a multi-attack. So
Wait, so am I
Good
on
luck.
him? As he's
No, he
attacking?
threw
Oh,
you
him
aside.
off.
You
Okay,
don't have
sorry.
a lot of you don't have many hit points left at all.
armor class 16, and he rolls a 17 and a 3. So one of them hits you, which is 8 points of damage.
Now.
All right, so he gets me good.
Yep.
But I've got relentless endurance.
Yes, you've got relentless endurance.
So I'm now I was at 3, so now I'm at -2, but I go back to 1.
You're on 1 hit point. Yep. So any more hits and you go down for good. And the next one is
Try again, you shitbird.
Baston.
I got him.
Yeah.
So
oh.
Big Golem is
bad
fighting
burn.
Shut up.
I'm going back to my swords and attacking. Attack. Sorry, got so many dice. That one hits, doing 13, and then I do what's the armor class?
17.
Yep, hit, and I do 6. What was the first thing I said? 13.
You talk so quickly.
Yep.
13, 6, 19.
19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Cool. He's still there. He's up. Bobby.
I'm going to just like take a sword / swing at one of those dwarves.
Yep. Great.
That's a hot 7, babies.
Yep. 7 will not hit him, unfortunately.
No.
And then it's their turn, and they attack you, Bobby. One of them misses, and one of them. Well, armor class? Oh, you've got heaps.
It's
don't you?
18, yeah.
No, yeah, he misses. Friezo?
All right, I'm gonna try and Eldritch Blast the other dude.
Yep.
The little baby. I'm gonna aim for his head though. Is his head unarmored now?
He almost doesn't have one, but yeah.
He definitely doesn't have one.
Cool. Oh, I don't know what I rolled then. Was
4.
it 4? Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't hit.
Cool. That's
4 plus 7 is 11. Does his head's not armored?
Almond.
Armored?
I will say that he loses 3 points of armor class for losing the helmet, but that's still not
Okay,
enough,
cool.
unfortunately. And then the next one up is you, Filge.
Yeah, I'm still a bit mad, aren't I?
Yeah.
All right.
Cranky
Oh,
girl.
she's cranky. Well, I guess she's
Load
gonna
him up!
try and attack the stupid fire baby.
Fire, baby!
She's just gonna.
So you got to hit a 17 minus 3 is 14. You gotta
That's
hit
right, 14.
17
do.
plus
Yep.
7 is 24.
Yep.
Smashed it.
Yep, you got
So
2 attacks.
21. I do 4, 5, 6,
9 plus 14.
14. That's what I said.
13, but yep.
Oh, yep. And
Plus-
again.
plus 5, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 14.
Yeah.
And then 9
Plus
plus 4 is
17.
13. 18.
18. That's
Oh,
18.
he's not looking good.
13, no, he's not. So he's leaking pain. One of his hands seems to break, but in order to do this, obviously, you've had to run up to the podium and fight him near the fire, which is only making him angrier as he spins around and then, in a sort of surprising moment, pushes you with his shoulder, Filge, and he pushes you as hard as he can, trying to knock you over. Make for me an opposed strength check. Actually, let's do this properly. I'm going to roll his. He rolls a 2, so it's
Good
6.
shoving, you stupid baby.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
And he, with his shoulder, pushes an almost dead Filge, and she totters backwards for a second, almost rights her balance before plunging back into the Iron Maiden, which slams itself shut and begins to fill with oil. And you are trapped inside the Iron Maiden, Filge, as the dwarves tries to sound the alarm. Meanwhile, the flesh golem sways there, and Filge, it seems, with 1 hit point, locked inside one of Acererak's traps. Perhaps he's not such a big baby now, you think. Will Filge survive this latest horror? Can the dragon friends descend
boy.
down to the 5th level and rescue Mwaxanare and Na? And
yeah.
what is going on with those strange animal companions? The answers to questions such as these. Tune in to the next episode of Dragon Friends. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, shit.
Bye, literally.
You are out for the count.
Oh boy.
Are we doing it? Are we doing it?
I
We're
can't
doing-
believe those were my last words.
Well, we're going to do one more episode of this, so tune in next week, and that is the end of our Tomb of Annihilation adventure.
Next week is.
Next
what,
week,
What will
yeah.
happen next week? Last episode.
And then we'll probably do a Q&A because it's the last one, and we're doing it live. So,
We are doing it live.
Yeah.
Live, tune in.
so if you got any questions, if any of this didn't make sense, if you think that if you have some problem with the fact that I stopped the action to look up flesh golems halfway through, well,
Do get in touch.
yeah, just tell me. Yeah,
His email address is...
dungeon mastering is hard. Thank you.
Bye.